Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I have created this video so that before your interview, maybe one day or 2 day before, you can just watch this video and get ready for the interviews. I have compiled a list of all most important questions, different scenarios and compiled them together. It is around 3 hours of video, so you can just sit back and watch this video, or if you want to practice along, you can do that as well. But one day before, if you just complete this video, that will be good enough to crack any product based, service based, any kind of SQL interviews. And make sure you, wherever you are not confident throughout the video, you practice it so that you feel confident before going into the interviews. Okay, so let's start. We will start with the simple questions and we have some tough questions along the way. So watch this video till end and be ready for your next interview.
So first question is how to find duplicates in a given table. So let's say you have a table um, and you have a duplicates. So if I take EMP table, if you see EMP ID is repeating here, right? So question is how do you find which all records are duplicated, right? There can be multiple records in a table. So what we have to do is, so on whatever column we have to find duplicates, we have to do group on that. So select a star from EMP group by EMP ID. Okay. So I will do EMP ID and will do count. If I run this, so for EMP ID 1, if you see, there are two records, and for everything else, there are one record. So it means this ID is duplicating. So whenever we have to, so I can filter on this, right? I can filter on count. If count is greater than 1, it means there are duplicates. So whenever we have to find, put some filter on an aggregated column, we have to use having. So I will say having count of 1 greater than 1. So it will give me employee IDs which are duplicates. So it will give me employee ID 1, right? So this is how you will find the duplicates in a table, and there can be two columns. If you want to find the duplicates on two columns, you can put two columns here in group by and here and put the same condition. Okay, let's move on to the second question. Now you have the duplicates. How you will delete the duplicates, right? I have created one more table just to illustrate it. Okay, so if you see here, again same table, right? We have duplicates here. So how do we delete it? So what I will do, I will find the row number first. Okay, so what I will do, I will do a partition on employee ID, which means for each employee ID I will have a running number and then I will find out. So let's see how it goes. So select star comma row number over partition by EMP ID. And order by also I will do MPID here. Order by we can do on any column. Okay. So if I do that, um, order by as RN, right? Okay. So if you see for the employee ID one, there are two records, right? For the first row number is one and second is two. And for each, so for the first record of employee ID, it will be always one. If the employee ID is repeating, we have row number two, right? What I will do, I will just treat it as CT with, let's name it as CT as this. Okay. And then I will say delete from, sorry, CTE where row number greater than 1, right? Okay, so one row affected. So if I check the employee table again, okay, select from, so here you see row 9 is deleted, right? So if I run this again, uh, again row number 1, and there is no duplicate. So how this is how you can remove duplicates. Okay. Coming to the third question. This is very frequently as difference between union and union all. So again, let's see how we can do it. Select from EMP. Okay, I have created two tables, right? One is EMP and one is EMP1. Let's see both. Okay, so they have similar data. Uh, Only difference is it has one duplicate and it does not have duplicate, but that doesn't matter. What I'm going to show is I will do union on manager ID. Okay, so select manager underscore ID from EMP and manager ID from EMP1. So basically what happens is union will remove all the duplicates and union all will have everything. So first I will do union all. Union all. So if you see there are 9 records in this table and in this table we have 8 records, right? So if I do union all, we will get 9 plus 8, 17. Everything is coming, right? 4, 5, 4, and then everything is coming from second table. So there are no row duplicate. As it is like a combining two tables, all the records from first table plus all the records from second table. But if I do union, it will give me only unique values like 4, 4 are repeating, 2, 2, 2 are repeating, but it will give me just unique values. So see 2, 4, 5, 6, that's it. So this is the difference between union all. Union all will give everything, just merge two tables and give as it is. And in union, it will remove the duplicates. Okay. Okay. Question number 4. Question number 4 is difference between rank, row number, and bench rank. So I have created a full video on this. This is a little big topic. So I will tag it somewhere on the top. You can go through the videos. Okay. Next is, so not necessarily exactly these questions will be asked, but flavor of this kind of. I mean, they can have instead of employee table, they can be customer table or orders table, and similarly, say the flavor of questions will be asked. Okay. So next is employees who are not present in department table. So let's say select staff from EMP, and we have select staff from the APT. So we have these two tables. Okay, so this employee ID has department ID also. So employee belongs to which department? And this department, there's this second table, department table, which has departments also, right? So department ID 100 is analytics department, department ID 300 is IT department. Now, if you see in this table, 100 and 300 are there, but department ID 200 and 900 are not there. So they will ask a question that give me all the employees whose department is not there in department table. Basically, they want all the employees from 200 department and 900 as well, because 100 and 300 are there, 200 and 900 are not there. So simply what we can do, one way of doing is select star from EMP where department ID not in, select department ID. Okay, so what I'm saying, give me all the employees whose department ID is not present in department ID table, right? So let's run it. Okay, so if you see, it is giving me department 200 and 900. 200 and 900 were not there in department ID, department table. So this is one way of doing it, but this is a subquery basically. So next question, what they will ask is, okay, so this is a subquery. Performance will not be good. Let's say there is huge data in the table, and generally in subqueries you will not get the good performance. So what is the other way of doing it? So other way of doing it is we can do a left join also. So let's do that way. So select star from EMP. Okay, I will do a left join. In left join, what happens? All the records from left table will come. I will create a separate video on join types, but let's consider this join for now. on uh, emp dot department id equal to ept dot tab id. Okay, I will just remove this. Uh, emp dot star. I'm taking everything from emp table, and from dept dot uh, department id. Let's say, or we can have department name also. Department. Sorry, I don't remember the column name. Let's see. Okay, DEP name. Okay, DEPT dot DEP underscore name. So if you see, everything is coming from left table, all the records and the matching records. So 100 was there in the department table. So we have the details of those employees who are in department ID 100. But for these employees, it is not there, so it is null. So if I have to find all the departments whose department is not there in department table, I just have to put a condition where dept dot dep underscore name or dep id anything is null, right? So this will give me all the employees whose department is not there in department table. So this is one way of doing it using left join. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the sixth question. So sixth question is, so again same table. The question is from each department. Okay, so in department 100, if you see, there are four employees. Again, in department 200, there are four employees, and department 900, there is a one employee. Okay, so I want employees whose salary is second highest salary in each of the department. So for department 100, the highest salary is, if you see, 15,000, second highest 10,000. So I want all the employees whose salary is second highest salary in their department. So I can do it using row number or rank function, right? I will do emp dot star comma rank over, so partition by department id. So for each department I want a separate rank, right? Because in each department I have to find second highest salary, order by salary, descending. So descending means the highest salary will get the rank 1. So let's see what is the result of this. I will name it as then. If you see department 100, this is rank 1, highest salary 15,000, then 10,000, 2, and then 4. Again, in 200, it is 1, 1, and then 3, 4, okay? And then this is again 1. Now, this is rank. So what happens if, see, 1, 1 they have both got, and then it will skip the rank. So we can use dance rank also. If I do dance rank, so 1, 2, 2, 3, and again they have got 1, 1, and 2. So what I will do, select star from this, because I need second highest salary in each department, where Rn equal to 2. So I will get all the records for each department. So if you see, for department 100, there were two employees with the same salary, and they were second highest salary. And for department 200, we have one employee. And for the department 900, there was only one employee, so there was no second highest salary. So we did not get the output. So this is how you can answer this question. Okay. Find all the transaction by. Okay, so let's consider this table. This is also very common question. So if you see, this is a transaction table, and there are some transaction done by Shilpa. You see, Shilpa, Shilpa, Shilpa. There are three transactions. So the ask is I want to find all the transaction done by Shilpa. Okay, so if I put where customer name equal to Shilpa, the problem here is uh, okay, this is case insensitive here in the SQL server. But generally, what happens is if you put Shilpa, only one record will come, this one, because this and this is not matching. Currently, the SQL server setting says it is just doing a in case insensitive search. So it is giving all, but in general, it will not give all. It will just give this record. So in that case, what we can do, we can just do upper of customer name, and I can compare with the uppercase Shilpa. So in that case, it will give all the records. Okay, so this is how you can answer this question. Okay, another very frequently asked question is, so you have an employee table, same table we were just discussing about. So you have employee ID and manager ID, and you will be asked, okay, give me all the employees whose salary is greater than manager's salary. Again, this is a little big topic. So I have created a separate video of it. I will tag somewhere here. You can go through it. Okay, question number 9. Okay, this will be like joins. So the interviewer will ask what is the difference between left join, inner join, right join, and full outer join, and they will give some data also. Maybe they will. So nowadays it is like virtual interviews. So they will ask you to open a Excel and ask, okay, these are the two tables. If we join, what will be the result? So generally the answer is inner join will give you all the records which are common in both the tables. In left join, you will get all the records from left table and data, whatever data is then right table. So similarly, right join and full outer join. So I will create a separate video on joins, but just be prepared for it. Okay. Okay. This is the last one, and this is also very common questions from orders. So let's say what happened is in this table by mistake the customer gender was put wrongly. So for the male it is female. So for example Shilpa is female, but it is populated as male. Similarly for Rahul female. So it is exactly reverse. So what we have to do, the ask is we have to fix it. So basically what we have to do, wherever it is male we have to make it female, and wherever it is female we have to make it male. So we have to update this table. Okay, so how do we update it? The problem is if I do this update orders, okay, set customer gender equal to male, where customer gender equal to female. So if I run this command, what will happen? It will make all the male to female. These three will become female. Okay, once it becomes female, how I will identify which female I have to make male? Everything will be female, and I won't be able to fix these and this record, right? Similarly, if I do other way, if I take customer gender equal to female where it is male, so everything will become female. So that is the problem. I can't update one by one. So I have to find a way that at once I can update both. So what I will do, we can make use of case statement here. I will not put where condition. I will say set case when customer gender equal to male, then female, okay, and when customer gender equal to female, then male. And okay. What it will do, wherever it would find male it will do female, and wherever it is female it will do male, and it will do at in one single query. So we don't have to run one by one, and there won't be any issue. Okay, let's run it. Okay, there is some syntax error. Update orders, set, okay, set, we have to do set Yeah, 5 rows affected. Now if I see this, if you see, Shilpa has become female in all three records, and Rahul and Rohit are male. So this is how you can swap the values. So if I run this again, it will again swap, right? Again, see, Shilpa has become male, and Rahul and Rohit are female. So this question is like, you have two tables with the duplicate keys, and when you join them, what will be the output, right? And they will ask you that, okay, with inner join, how many number of records, left join, right join, full outer join, and they will try to confuse you. I will cover all the scenarios during the video. I will insert more values in these tables and will cover all the scenarios so that there is no confusion going forward for all of you. Okay. Also, if you are not aware of join types, what is left join, inner join, full outer join, right join, watch out my video. I will tag somewhere on the top. Watch that, get your concept clear of four kinds of join, and then see your video so that it will make more sense to you. Okay. And please do like the video and comment on the video so that it will reach wider audience. Okay, so let's start. So I have created these two tables with one column, and for now I have created this two records in this with value 1 1 and three records with this with 1 1 1. Okay, so what will happen if we do inner join, left join, right join, full outer join? Okay, I will cover more scenarios. Let's start with this. This video might be a long one, but please do watch so that there is no confusion in future. So what happens when you join these scenarios, right? Where you have duplicate keys. So how join works? So when this record will go to this table, I mean this record will go to table T2. This is T1 T2. So this record of T1 when goes to table T2, it will find three ones, and this one will not be able to differentiate that he has to join with which, this one, right? So it is not a human that it can choose one of these. It is a machine, it is a database. It cannot differentiate between these three values, so it will join with all three. So this one will get joined with all these three values, and when this one will go to this table again, it will join with all three values. So there will be six records, right? So this is how you define number of records, number of values in this, the common keys, 2 and here 3, 2 into 3 6. So if I do a inner join, there will be six values. Okay, I will run this later. Let's talk about left join, right join, and full outer join also. So in left join, what is left join? Left join is all the matching records will come, like the output of inner join will be there, plus the non-matching records from left table. In our case, T1 is our left table. So first, whatever is the output of inner join, that will be there, plus non-matching records from left table. But there is no not matching record, right? All are matching records. This one, for this each one there is a one key in the other table also, so there is no non-matching records, right? So the output will be same as inner join, right? Similarly, for right outer join, all the matching records plus non-matching records from right table, but there is no non-matching record again here, right? So in this case also, number of records will be six. What is full outer join? Full outer join is matching records from both the tables plus non-matching records again from both table right table also, left table also, because but in both the tables there is no non-matching record. Again, the result will be same as inner join for all four joins. So if I run this, there will be six records, or I run any join, it will be six records, right? So I hope this is clear. Do not get confused. Okay, if all are matching records in both the tables, then the result of all the joins will be same, right? This is a thumb rule. If all are matching records in both the tables, the result of all the four kinds of join will be same. Okay. Okay, now let me add some twist in this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a value 2 here and 3 in this table. Okay, let me execute it. So let's see the data again. So now we have a record here, non-matching record. This 2 is not matching here in T2. Again, 3 is not matching here in T1. Now what will happen? In the inner join, only the common records will come. So 1 is common. So there are two ones and there are three ones. 2 into 3 is 6 records. Right? Now, in case of left join, what will happen? In case of right join, all the matching records, 2 into 3, 6 records, plus non-matching records on the left table. So non-matching is 2, so 2 will come. So there will be 7 records, right? In case of right join, all the matching records plus non-matching records from right table. So 6 plus 1, how many records? 7 records again. Okay, so let me run it and then we will go to full outer join. So 2 is there and null because there is no matching records for 2. From here 3 is coming and ID1 will be null. Okay, and here what will happen? All the matching records and all the non-matching records from both the tables. So there will be 8 records, right? 1 1 1 for 2 null I have a record and null 3 I have a record. Okay, so for full auto join, what is how you have to calculate? First, we have to see matching records plus. So there are 6 records. So first we will calculate by doing inner join 2 into 3 6 plus you will add non-matching records from left table plus non-matching records from right table. That will be the number of records in the output. Similarly, if you have to do for left join, first find what will be the output of inner join, that many number of records plus non-matching records from left table. I hope this is clear so far, right? Now let me add some more duplicate data here. So what I will do, I will add one more 2 and I will add a 2 here also. Okay, let's see the data. Okay, so now what is going to happen is, see 1 1 is same. Now I'm doing a inner join. So 1 1 is there, right? And there are 3 ones. So 2 into 3, how many? 6 records. Right, this will remain same. Now for 2 there are 2 records and how many records are there? One record of 2. So 2 into 1 is 2, right? These are the only matching records, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. 3 is non-matching. So in the inner join there will be 8 records, right? There will be 8 records, see, right? Now let's see what will happen in case of left join. In case of left join, what will happen? Just think about it. Comment in the comment section what will be the output. So if you see when we do left join, this will be left the matching records from both tables. So 1 and 2 both are matching, right? And there is no non-matching records in the left table now, right? There is no non-matching records. 1 and 2 both are matching. So left join and inner join will be same in this case, right? There will be 8 records. In case of right join, what will happen? Now this is little tricky now. What will what how many records will be there in right join? Just think about it. So what will happen now? So first of all, let's do a matching record. So 1 is matching 3 into 2, 6 record plus. Now let's forget about 3 for now. 2 is there. So 2, 1 and 2. So there will be 1 into 2, 2 records, right? There is one record of 2 here and 2 records of 2 is here. So 1 into 2, 2 and 2 into 3, 6. And this 3 is there a non-matching record. So for non-matching record, there will be one record always. So there will be total 7 records in this case. There are, I think something is, sorry, 9 records. 6 plus 2 plus 1, 9 records will be there. Okay. So this is non-matching record. And for others, we have the joins, right? Now let's see full outer join. At this point, for not null values, I think you should be clear how to do. We will work with null values after this. Okay, so full outer join, what will happen? Let's calculate full outer join. So what we said, first find out the, let me add one more value here so that it will be, it will cover everything. So I will add a 4 here. Okay, and then everything should be clear. Okay, so now let's do this. When I'm doing full auto join here, let's do first matching records. So matching records 2 are there and 3 are there. 3 into 2, right? And let me do select 3 into 2 plus. Again, now we go to 2. How many records are there of 2? Let me add one more 2. Then it will be more fun. Okay. So if you understand full join, you understand other joins also. So 3 into 2 is fine. There are two records here, three there. So first we are covering matching records. What else is matching? 2 is matching. So there are two records here, two records here of 2. So 2 into 2. 2 into 2 plus. Now this is a full outer join, right? So all the matching records so we covered. Now 4 is not matching. So there will be one record for this. Plus there is one record 3 non-matching for one record for this, right? So one record for non-matching and inner join. So how many records are there now? There should be 12 records. Let's run it. There are 12 records. You see, 4 and 3 are non-matching, so other values are null, and everything else has just Cartesian product. Right? We call it Cartesian product also. 2 into 3, it is a Cartesian. 6, 2 into 2, 4. We call it Cartesian product also. Okay. Now last thing pending here is when we have null values. Let's cover that. So I will insert some null values. So let me insert null value here, and let me insert a null value here on both the tables. Okay, now you have to understand this null cannot be compared to other null. What it means, null is not equal to null. So null value will not be joined also with null value. So in this case, when we are saying there is a null here and there is a null here as well, right? See, null is there. Okay, so null is there, null is there. These two nulls will not be joined because null is not equal to null. Null is a unknown value. So when I do inner join, what will happen? My bad. So when I do inner join, only the matching records will happen, right? So matching records 3 into 2 6 and 2 into 2 4. 10 records should be there. Null will not be joined with null. So there are 10 records, only the matching ones. Now look at the left join. So what will happen? In left join, all the records from left table will come. So null will come. One null will come, right? So let's do for this. So how many records will be there? 2 into 3 6 plus there are two twos and two twos. 4 plus there is a 1 4 here. This is a non-matching record from left table and this is also a non-matching record. So 1 for each. So there will be 6 plus 4 10 and 12 records. So we go to left join, there will be 12 records. Because we are doing a left join, so null is coming. This is not a matching null. For this null, there is no matching value, so it is coming as null. Right? I hope this is clear. Now, who will answer in case of full outer join? What will happen? Okay. So just now we saw how many records were there? 3 into 2. So there were total 12 records, right? There were total 12 records. After that, we added null. So what is going to happen? This null is different from this null. So whatever we have calculated 12 records, that will be there, right? And there will be one null values separate record from both the tables because this null is not joined with this null. So there is a separate record for this null and there is a separate record for this null. So there will be total 14 records now, right? So let me run this. Always remember, see, there is this null, one null and other null, right? And there is this non-matching record. These are also non-matching records and everything else matching records. So always remember, null is not equal to null. We cannot join two nulls together. We have to separate them out that this null is different from this null, right? I hope this is clear. Okay. Let me know if you have still have any confusion on this topic. I can create more video, but definitely this question will be asked to you in the SQL interview. Please do like this video so that more and more people can understand this concept and they should not make this mistake in the interviews.
So we have this employee table where we have employee details. What we want to do is we want to drive a rank column which will rank employees based on their salary, which means the employee with the highest salary. So let me do an order by salary. Okay, so I will do order by salary descending, right? So what I want to do, the employees with highest salary should get rank 1. So there will be one more column, we can call it as rn. It will get value 1 because it has the highest salary. The person with second highest salary should get 2. The person with third highest salary should get 3, and then 4, and then so on, right? So for that, I'll write the window function syntax. So I will say rank, right? So I want to drive rank. So I'll say rank, right? This is how the syntax is. And then I have to tell based on what. So I'm saying order by salary, right? Based on salary, order the data on salary, and based on that, you assign the rank. So if I just execute it, you will see, let's call it as RN, right? You will see the person with lowest salary has got rank 1, but we want highest. This is happening because by default order by is ascending. So salary is getting ordered in ascending order, and then we are calculating rank 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So highest salary person has got 10 rank, but we want reverse. So I will say DESC, right? Now what will happen, the person with highest salary will be on top, right? So now it is fine. So this is how the syntax is. You have to say rank, right? Then over in this you have to tell on what basis you want to drive rank, right? And now I'm getting my rank accordingly. Now let's look at the output. So this guy has highest salary, has got rank 1. This has 12,000, this has got 2. Now, interesting thing is, this guy is also 12,000 and this guy has also got 2, which is fair, right? If there are two people who has got same salary, they should get the same rank as well, right? Why to differentiate? So this is working perfectly fine. This guy got 2, this guy got 2. Both of them have got 2. Now let's move on. Next guy, 10,000. Now this 10,000 is not 3, it is 4, which is again fair enough because he is the fourth person as per the salary, right? There are 3% before him and he is the fourth person. So what rank is doing? It is skipping the rank number 3. So it is giving 1, 2, 2 and then 4 because this is the fourth person, right? Before him there are 3 people. So he is the fourth person. Now this guy again, Ankit, has salary 10,000. So both of them are getting 4, right? Next person, Sanjay, is getting 6. Why? Because he's the sixth person. Because the two people have got 4. So this is the sixth person. There are 5 person before him. So he has got rank 6. So fair enough. And then 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So this is how rank function works. Right? It will assign same rank to the people which have same salary, or the whatever column is there in the order by, if the value is same, then those two rows will get same value of the rank as well. Okay, so this is my rank. There is another function called dense rank. So let's do that. So I will say dense rank and let's call it dense rn. Okay, so if I execute this, this is also very similar. The only difference is, if you see, the first guy has got rank 1, similar to the rank, right? Second and third has got 2, 2. Again, people with same salary, right? Or the column which is there in order by, if they have the same value, they will get the same rank. So both of them got 2, 2, right? Now next person is not getting 4. In dense rank, you will get 3, right? The meaning of the word dense is compact, right? So you are compacting rank. There is no gap, right? When you compact, there is no gap. So after 2, you will get 3, right? This is how dense rank will give you the output. You will have 2, 2 and then 3 immediately. And then again, this person has also got 3 because they have the same salary. So both will get 3, 3 and then again 4. There is no gap, right? So we have rank till 8. Here we had rank till 10. Here we have till 8 because it is a dense rank. It is compacted rank, right? So there is no gap. Otherwise, both functions work similar. Now you have third function which is called row number, right? So if I say row underscore number and let's call it row num rn, right? Now if I execute it, you will see there are no duplicates here, right? It will not assign the same value, never. It will always give you the unique value. So 15,000 has got rank 1, 12,000 has got 3 and 12,000 again has got 3 now. 1, 2, 3. There is no 2, 2. There is no 4, 4, something like that, right? So it will always give you unique values. Now you will ask me, Ankit, why this guy has got 2 and why this guy has got 3? Both have the same salary, right? On what basis database is saying this is 2 and this is 3? Why not Agam 2 and Mudit 3, right? How it is differentiating? So you can understand like this. What database will do, it will see the physical location. So physically, if the Mudit is stored first in the database, it will give Mudit rank, right? Because the salary is same. So it cannot differentiate based on salary. So what it will do, it will just randomly based on physical location, it will assign a rank 2 or 3. So it will be a random that Mudit is getting 2 and Agam is getting 3. It is a random kind of thing. You cannot guarantee who will get what, right? So this is how it works. There are no duplicates, right? There are no duplicates from 1, 2, 3, 4. Even there, if you see 10,000, 10,000, we have 4 and 5. So this is how it works, right? Now let's go a little bit more deeper. Now what I want to do, this is fine. That salary is same, so I'm assigning the same rank in case of rank and dance rank. In case of row number also, there is no guarantee who will get it. But what I want to do, I want to do some guaranteed thing, right? I want to make sure that if salary is same, I want to give preference based on some other column. So for example, maybe based on age. So what I want to do, if the salary is same, then based on age, it assigns the higher rank. So if the age is more, then that person should get the higher rank, right? So in that case, we can give one more column and I will say employee age descending, right? So if you see now, let me copy paste it on all three function, and now if you see, all three functions are giving you same thing. Why? Because there are no duplicates now. Now the order by is not only on salary, it is on the combination of salary and employee age. So on the combination of salary and age, there are no duplicates, right? If you see, 12,000 and 55 is different from 12,000 and 40, right? And both are descending, right? So 55 has got rank 2 and this guy has got rank 3. There are no duplicates, right? When there are no duplicates on your order by columns, right? On your order by columns or column, there are no duplicates, then rank, dance rank, row number will always give the same output. There will not be any difference. And if you want to break the tie, you can give second column. If you think that employee age can also be a tie, so for example 12,055, this guy also 12,055, you can give one more column, right? Then it will break the tie based on that, right? So remember, this is the important thing. If there are no duplicates on the order by columns, then rank, dance rank and row number will always give you the same values. There will not be any difference, right? I want to show it to you with the one column as well. So if you see in this table, employee ID is not repeating. There are no duplicates. So what I will do, let me remove this and I will assign rank based on employee ID, right? Based on employee ID. So let me do EMP ID and let me just copy paste it. EMP ID, EMP ID. Now the person with the highest employee ID will get rank 1. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, if you see, rank, dance rank, row number all are same because there are no duplicates on employee ID, right? So when you are checking that on what basis rank will be assigned, it will be based on order by, and if you have two columns, it will be the combination of two columns. You can even do employee employee age ascending, right? In that case, what will happen in case of tie, the younger employee will get higher rank, right? So if you see now, in case of tie, Agam, which is 14 year of age, has got rank 1 second. So this is okay, I need to remove this as well. Okay, so if I just run this, yeah. So if you see now, in case of tie, right, younger employee is Agam and he has got wrong 2, right? When I did descending, in that case Mudit had got 2. In case of tie, the the younger employee is getting preference here. Okay, hope it makes sense, right? So this is all fine, this is all fine. But what I want to do now, So this I understand that on whole table how to apply rank, right? But what if I want to find rank department wise? So for example, I want to see rank within department ID 100. Who is the highest salaried employed, second highest, third highest, fourth highest. Now when I come to 200 department, I want to reevaluate the rank from 1, right? I don't want full company rank, right? This is on full company, all the employees, all the department. I want department wise. So whenever this kind of keyword will come, department wise, category wise, it means you want to partition the data based on that column and then drive the rank. So what I will do, I will just add here partition by department ID. Okay, so let me just copy paste it. Okay, now let me just remove it for the simplicity. It will work same, right? Within each partition, it will do a order by and do. So for example, department ID 100, within this, it is checking that order by, let me remove this, 1 second. Okay, so if you see within department ID 100, this guy has the highest salary, he has got rank 1. Then these two have got 2, 2, right? Because we have the duplicate now. We are doing only on salary. We can again add age here to break the tie. But if you see 2, 2 and then 4. Now if you see for 200 department, it is starting again from 1. 1, 1, right? Because these guys have same salary, then 3 and then 4. Here it is dense rank, right? Starting with 1, 1 and then 2, right? It is compact, dense, no gap. So 1, 1, 2, 3, right? And we know in case of row number, it will be a running number. There won't be any duplicates of 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So when you do partition by, it means for each for each unique values of this column, we will reevaluate the rank from first. So department ID 100 will have its own set of ranks from 1 till how many ever employees are there. For 200, we will have a separate set of ranks starting from again 1 and again for 300, right? Now let's go a little bit more further, right? Now whatever I explained you applies on partition by as well. For example, if you want to add one more column to break the tie and everything. But what if you want to check within each department, within each manager, right? So what I want to do, I want to see within each department and rank within each manager, right? So for example, if department ID 100, manager ID is 5, let's say there are 5 employees. So I want to partition data based on the combination of department ID and manager ID. So I can add manager ID in the department in the partition by as well. So I will say manager ID, right? And now it means the partition will be based on 2 columns. So I will show you the output, then it will be clear. Okay, so if you see now the combination, the partition will be created based on department ID and manager ID. So if you see for 102, there is only one combination. So this is in this partition, we have only one row now. Earlier, there were 4 rows in the partition of 100. But now the partition is based on department ID and manager ID. So there is no other record of 102. So this guy will get rank 1. Right? That's it. This partition is over. Next partition is 104. Now in this we have 2 rows, right? This partition has 2 rows. So we will get 1, but the salary is same. So 1, 1. In dense rank also 1, 1. But in the row number you see we are getting 1, 2 because row number gives the unique values. Now little bit go further. 105, there is only one row, right? So we have got rank 1. Now look at these 3 rows, right? These 3 rows has 202, right? 202. So these in this partition we have 3 rows now, right? So we have got 12,000 as rank 1, then 2, then 3. So there are no duplicates based on salary in this department. So if you see, all 3 things are same: rank, dense rank, and row number, right? I hope this is clear. Again for 206, 206, there is only one row for 206. So we have 1. If you look at 306, there are 2, right? There are 2 rows. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Now the very common interview question is, I want, the question says it can be variation of many of things. It will say give me top one employee in each department, right? Or give me highest salaried employee in each department, right? In each department I want to know which employee has highest salary, right? So what I will do, I'll just use this, right? I'll use this, and I will create a ct or subquery, anything is fine, with ct as this, right? And select star from ct. So now I have done partition on department id. Let me remove manager id, not required, because it is asking in each department, so I have to drive rank department wise, right? So if I just run this, I have got rank department wise, right? So if I just little go further, okay, so if you see within 100 I have rank 1 2 3 4, right? Whatever, again 200 I have 1 1, again 300. So I can say give me all the data where rn equal to 1, right? So if I do that and run the query, I will get, I have got four employees. Why? Because in department id 200, right, there are two employees with same salary and this is the highest salary, so both got rank 1, dance rank also 1, but row number is different. So if you want only one record, you can use row number filter. If I use this filter, we will get only one record from each of the department, right? We have got one employee from each of the department, right? Now now one more important thing here, right? That what you want to do, you want two employees or one employee, right? So it depends on your functionality. You have to ask business that in case of a tie what we should do. Most probably they will say that if there is a tie, then use another column, right, to break the tie. So in that case we will use employee age as well, right? The moment I use employee age, there won't be any duplicates, and then I can just use rank as well, anything is fine, right? Because if there are no duplicates, rank, row number, dance rank will give you same value, right? So this is more a question to business, that in case of tie how it should behave. You cannot decide, right? You don't know what business wants in case of tie, right? So go back, ask your business that we have some duplicates on which we want to drive rank, what we should do, and you will get the answer, and accordingly you break the tie. Or if they want that, okay, randomly take one, then you use row number. Or if they say that then take all the employees, so in case of a tie, right, then you drive rank and just filter the employees, right? There are other questions like in each department top two employees, you can say less than equal to 2, right? So it will give you top 2, right? So if I just use this, it will give you top 2, isn't it, right? So within each department we are getting top 2, right? 200, 300, right? So this is how you should go about it. I hope it helps. Thanks for watching till here, and do like the video and comment your thoughts and share with your friends.
So we will understand why we need self join in what situations, and then we will solve a question. This question is very much as in interview questions. So basically, the question is find the employees whose salary is more than their manager's salary. Okay. So let's understand why we need self join first. Then we will jump onto the question. Okay. So let's say this is an employee table. In this table, you have employee ID, employee name, salary, manager ID, right? So you have, let's say, Ankit and his manager ID. Now this manager ID is basically pointing to the this column of the same table. So manager ID 4 is this, right? So this is basically in these kind of situation we do use self join, where one column is referring to the other column of the same table. So in this case for Rohit, so basically Rohit is the manager of Ankit. So if we can join this table with this table itself, so if we can join this column with this column, then we can get the manager details, right, for each employee. So for example, for Mohit, manager ID is 5. So 5 is Mudit. So Mudit is his manager. So we can get the Mudit's detail. So let's see how we can do it. So in cell join, what we do it, we create two instances of same table, right? Let's say you have another instance of this table here. Okay, and then what we will do, we will join these two tables, and we will join on which column? So from this table, let's say this is employee table, right? And this is manager table. Same table, but we are just giving aliases, different aliases. So I will join manager ID of employee table with employee ID of manager table. So this will be joined to this, right? Sorry, this will be joined to this. So if I join this and this, manager ID to employee ID, this information I can get, right? Here. Similarly, for employee ID 2, manager ID is 5. If I join, I will get it from here and will get here. So once I get this information, let's say for employee 2, this is Mohit. I will get for all these three, it is same, right? So if I get this information, then I can compare, okay, employee salary, is it greater than manager's salary or is it less? I mean, once I have this information in same row, I can get the results, right? Let's jump on to the SQL and then we will see how we can do it. Okay, I will just select star from EMP. Okay, so this is my table basically, whatever we saw, right? So now what I will do, I will create, not create, I will just use this table twice in my table and then join manager ID with employee ID. So let's say first table is employee E. I'm aliasing it as E because this is my employee table. Then I will inner join this with EMP itself and will name it as M. So the employee tables manager ID I need to join with here. Employees tables manager ID I need to join with managers tables employee ID, right? So I will say E dot manager ID equal to M dot EMP ID, right? So I just joined this table with itself, right? So now let's take some data here. So from employee table, I will take employee underscore ID, comma, employee e dot employee underscore name. Okay, and let's take from managers table some data m dot emp name. So this will be basically manager name because this is coming from manager table. Let's run this. Uh, there is some error on. Okay, so if you see for employee ID Ankit, I have manager name Rohit, right? For employee Ankit, manager ID is 4, which is Rohit, right? Similarly, I can get more details. So I can say uh, E dot salary, right? This will be employee salary, comma M dot salary. This will be manager salary, right? I'll just run this again. If you see, I got this is directly Ankit's salary and this is manager's salary, right? Okay, okay. So I got the employee salary and manager salary. E dot salary is employee salary, M dot salary is manager salary. So you can have multiple questions on this kind of cell join concept. So they can say just give me the manager's name for each employee, right? From employee table. In employee table, we have manager ID we saw, and we can just join it and get the manager name. Similarly, the other most frequently asked question is get me the employees where salary is greater than manager salary. So this we got all the information. We just have to put where P dot salary is greater than manager salary. So where employee salary is greater than manager salary. That's it. And once I do that, I got three records. So for these three, if you see employee salary 10,000 is greater than manager salary, Rohit salary. Again, for Mohit, salary is greater than manager salary. Again, for Vikas, salary is greater than manager salary. So this is how you can solve these kind of self-join questions. There can be many questions, but if you understand this, you understand this concept, and if you can visualize in your mind, and today if you can practice once or twice this kind of question or similar question, you can Just after watching this video, you can try yourself without looking into the video. If you solve this, you don't have to you don't have to understand this concept again. It will be in your mind, and you can solve all the question on cell join. We are going to learn how to convert rows into columns and vice versa, basically columns to rows. Okay, so this is basically, we call it a pivoting and unpivoting as well. But there, see, in SQL Server there are pivoting and unpivoting functions, but we will not be using it because they are not standard functions. Like they will be there in some databases and not in some databases, and also there is some syntax which you have to remember. So we are not going to discuss those functions, but we will see how we can do without using those functions. Okay, so let's start this video. So this is my input data set basically. So for each employee, I have the salary component and how much it is basically in the val column. So employee ID 1 has salary 10,000, bonus of 5,000, and hike percent is 10. Again, for employee ID 2, I have three rows for the three salary component. Again, for employee ID 3, I have three components. Okay, so this is how my input is, but it doesn't look so good, right? So your manager asks you that can you convert this data to look like this? Because if you see this, this looks better, right? For employee ID 1, you can directly say salary is this, bonus is this, hike percent is this. So how you can do that? Okay, so we will write a SQL now to convert this input into this kind of form. Okay, so let's start. So this is my table. Okay, so I will start with. So in output, what I need? I need employee ID, salary, bonus, hike percent, right? So I will take employee ID. Okay, comma. I will put case statement here. So I have to create three columns, three new columns, right? Salary, bonus, hike percent. So for each column, I will create a I will write a case statement. So case when salary component type equal to salary and val, and as I will create new column, the new column name I'm giving as salary. We will see how it will look like. Okay, similarly I will create it for other two components. So it will be bonus, this will be hike percent. Again I will name column as bonus, and this column name is hike percent. Okay, so I created three columns. Now if I run this, how it will look like. Okay, so we have three new columns, you see, right? So for the first row, so okay, let's see the original table and then we will compare. Then it will make more sense. Okay, so here if you see what we have done three columns, and wherever there was salary, the salary value is coming, other two values are null, because for bonus and hike percent, for bonus and hike percent, the salary is null, right? So similarly, for each row, in each row we have one value and other values are null, right? So what we have to do? If you see for each employee ID, I need one row only, right? So what I will do? I will do a group. See, other two values are anyway null, so I can just sum this column, right? And it will give me salary, bonus, hike percent. Again, if I sum this based on employee ID, this will be sum, this will be sum, this will be sum. Okay. What I will do now, I will do group by, because I need output at employee ID level. I will do group by, and I will put this in sum. So this is a very important thing, using case statement with sum. Okay, there will be lot of use cases, interview questions. So you definitely should practice case when with sum. Okay. I do this, that's it. I will get the result. I got the result. Employee ID 1, salary 10,000, bonus 5,000, hike percent 10. So this is how we can simply pivot the data. Okay. Hope this is clear. Now we will move on to unpivot. So let's say my data is like this, and why I want to make it like the original, whatever we saw in the original table, like this. So we want to do from here, go from here to here. This we call unpivoting. Okay. So what I will do, so there is a way, so this is the result of a query. I can create a table from this result. Okay. So how I can do, so I can just select this into my new table. But okay, execute. So it will, this table would have been created. So this is how you can create a table also from a select query. Okay. Now how will I unpivot it? I will use union. Simply I will say select emp underscore id comma, uh, so salary as salary component type. So my component type is salary. So I will take val as, sorry, salary as well, right? So if I run this, so you see for all three employees we got salary component type and val also, right? Similarly we just have to do the same for the other two component and union it. Union all, union all. This will be salary, second was my bonus, and bonus will be, yeah, this is fine, and this will be bonus. Okay. And third one is hike percent. This will be hike percent as well. So if I run this, I got the required output. So if you see employee ID 1, employee ID 1, employee ID 1, we got three rows, right? If you want to see it in a particular order, let's start from here, order by employee. I'm just doing ordering. So salary bonus hike percent for employee ID 1, hike percent bonus salary. It might not be in same order, but that doesn't matter. So I hope this is clear. So you can just simply use sum with case when to convert from rows to column, and reverses column to rows, that you can use using union or. So I hope this is clear. This is very important concept, especially the first one. This you will be using multiple times in your job, or many questions will be asked in interview also based on this case case when with sum. This is very important. So I would say that please practice this, and do let me know if you have any doubt. I'm happy to clear. In today's video, we will talk about the difference between where and having clause. So in SQL, if you see fundamentally, there are two ways to filter data, either using where clause or having clause, right? These are the only two ways to filter the data. And I see a lot of people getting confused when to use where and when to use having clause. So in this video, I will make it clear that when you should use where and when you should use having clause to filter the data. Okay. So let's take this example. We have an employee table and it has 8 employees. 4 employees belong to one department, department ID 100, and another 4 employees, department ID 200, and their salaries we have. Now, let's say someone is asking you that give me the employees whose salary is greater than 10,000. So here I will put where salary is greater than 10,000. Okay. So when you use where clause, it will go to each row individually and check if this condition is qualifying. So when I say salary greater than 10,000, it will go to first row and see if it is greater than 10,000. No. So this record will not come in the output. Similarly, it will go to the second record, third record. So where clause will be applied filter on row by row. It will go to each row and apply the filter. That's it. It will not look at the another row. When it is checking this row, it won't check any other row. It will just check if its salary is greater than 10,000, then it will give. So if I run this, it will give me only the employees where salary is greater than 10,000. It is, again I'm saying, it is running this filter on individual rows. That's it. Nothing more than that. Now, let's say someone is asking you that give me those departments whose average salary is greater than 10,000, right? So this department, if I take average of these four, is it more than 10,000? Then give me the department ID. Again, if I take average of these four, is it more than 10,000? Then yes, give me the department ID. So in this case, if you want to apply filter, you cannot apply on individual rows, because by looking at this row only, I can't say the average of department ID 100 is greater than 10,000 or not. I will have to look at the all the department IDs, right? And that's where I will have to do the aggregation. And whenever I have to apply filter on aggregated value, I have to use having clause. So let's go there now. Select department ID, and then I will take average of salary from EMP by department ID. Okay, so here if I just run this, it will give me the average of each department. That for department ID 100, average is 10,000, and for 200 it is 9,500, right? Now I need to apply filter on this aggregated value. So I will say having average of salary greater than, let's say I want to find out greater than 9,500, right? So this record will qualify and this will not qualify, right? So here it is, right? So whenever, so I think it is clear now. Whenever you have to apply filter on any aggregated value, use having. If you have to apply filter on individual row, you want to check individually each row, then it is where clause. Now there can be instances where you have to apply both the filters, right? We will see that also. So always remember the where filter will be applied first and then having filter. Okay. So let's say the this is what. So they are saying that first find out all the employees whose salary is greater than 10,000, and then see what is the average department ID and give me those departments whose average salary is more than 10,000. Okay. So something like this. Select where salary is greater than 10,000. Okay, so what it will do, it will first, we are first filtering on this. Then I'm saying, give me department ID. On top of this will run. And this salary, employee, same group by department ID. Okay, so when I'm doing this, having average of salary greater than 10,000. Okay, we will run this later. Let's run this first. So what it will do, I, I will put this condition later. Let's see what are the values. So it will first applying 10,000 greater than 10,000. So where filter is applied. Now on top of it, I am getting the average salary. So average salary of this is 15,000 now and this is 12,000 now. So I will just say give me greater than 12,000 for now. And now it will give me only the department ID 100. So hope it is clear. Points to remember. Again, I will repeat that Where clause is applied to each individual row, and having filter is applied to aggregated values. If you have both, then where filter will be applied first, and then having filter will be applied first. Always remember, if you can filter data in where, you have to filter in where, don't filter in having. Okay, hope it is clear. Do like the video, please. I see a lot of people are not liking videos. If you don't like, that is fine, but if you it is adding value, then please do like the video and click on the subscribe button.
So this is going to be today's agenda. We are going to discuss top 5 advanced SQL interview questions and their solutions. These are very commonly asked questions. But we all know these are the questions people will ask, but the problem is they will ask follow-up questions. There will be a variations of a question based on the granularity of data. So we will make sure we discuss all of those scenarios so that you don't miss anything. These type of questions are suitable for if you are 3+ years of experience, right? You will be asked these advanced questions and the variations of it. If you are less than 3 years, then also you can watch this video. You will learn something new things. Okay, so you can take notes when I'm discussing the question so that you can refer it later. But basically, this video will going to open a lot of interview opportunities for you. Okay, so let's start with our first question. This is a very famous and very common question, but we will see how we can see how interview can confuse you. Okay, so the question number one is top three products by sale, top three employees by salary within category department. So this is a very common question where interviewer will ask you the give me top three products by sales or the top three employees by salary, and then they can also ask that within each category which are the top three products, within each department which are the top three employees. Now the answer of this depends on the table granularity, right? So let's see. Let's assume we have an employee table. Okay, we will solve it using two tables which have different granularity. Let's solve it using employee table first. So this is my employee table. Now in this table, I want top two highest salaried employed. Okay, so my question is top two highest salaried employee. When someone asking you top two highest salaried employee, right? Then in that case, we don't have to use any rank or row number as such, right? So what we can do, we can just say select top two star from employee, because this is on full table, right? Order by salary descending. So what I'm doing, I'm saying sort the employee salary in the descending order. So if I run this without top two, these are the highest salaried employed, right? Mohit and Ankit. So if I say top two, right, I can just get top two highest salaried employees, because top two will run after the order by. In some databases you have limit two, but it is same thing. Limit two or top two is the same thing, right? So if I do this, I will get highest salaried employee, right? But the challenge here is when they ask that in each department we want, right? So if I do order by department ID and salary, right, now in each department, highest salaried employed. So if you see in department ID 100, these two are highest salaried employed. In department ID 200, these two are highest salaried employed, and so on and so forth, right? Now for this kind of question, you can't solve directly using top two and order by, right? You will have to use rank and row number function. So you will say select star from employees, okay, and I will say row number over partition by DPT ID, order by salary, right? As Anand. So what I'm saying, within each partition, within each department ID, create a row number of salaries, right? So if we do this, you will see for department ID 100, there is a row number 1234, right? Now order by, I have done salary, which is by default ascending order. So I have to do in descending order so that the highest salaried employed will get 1 and then 2 and so on. So the highest salaried got 1 and then 2, then 3, then 4. Now this is a new guy, right? New department. So again, it is starting from 1. right? Now I'm using row number because if you see the salary is same, right? So it is 1 and 2, I'm getting the different values. Now if the interviewer asks you, right, that what you should do in that case, so you should ask a question that what we should do if there is a tie. In case of tie, you want to consider them as different ranks, or you want to consider them as same rank and you want one more employee. Depending on that, you will have your answer. So for example, if I say dance rank, right? In case of dance rank, what will happen? Let me show you. As dance. So if you see, these are getting 1, 2, 3, 4. This is fine. But here we have 1, 1 because they have the same salary, and this guy is 2, right? But here it is 3. So if I say select star from this, this is a subquery alias I'm giving where Rn less than equal to 2. So I will get top 2 employees by salary in each department using this, right? So if you see for department ID 100, I'm getting 2 employees. For 200, I'm getting 2 employees. These department have one employee only in actual table as well. So they are getting one. But if I use dance rank, right? In dance rank, what will happen? I will get 3 employees from department 200 because there is a tie and dance rank is giving 1 and next employee 2, right? My bad. I have to run just this one. Yeah. Okay. So if you see for department ID 200, I am getting 3 employees because the dance rank is 1 and next one is 2. So now you this there is no right answer for this. You have to ask the interviewer what they want. Okay. This is one thing. But the next challenge is, so in this table, if you see, there is a single record for each employee, right? The granularity is employee ID only. So also we want the top employees. Now let's say we have some data kind of orders table, right? Where we have orders data. So if you see, we have a lot of data and we have a orders data as well. So you see, we have the product ID, right? And we have the sales, right? So let me take only the columns which I'm interested in. So let's say order ID, and we have, let's say, product ID, and then we have category, and we have sales, right? We are interested in these columns for now. So why to confuse you guys? So let me run this. Okay, so we have this data, right? We have different orders, product ID, category, sales. Now here they will ask, give me top 5 products by sales overall, right? Now here, if you write this query, that will be wrong. So if you write this from orders, order by sales, descending top 5, this will be wrong. This will be wrong because one product have multiple rows here. For this product, so for example, let me do one thing, order by product ID sales, right? Let me remove top 5. Now the problem here is, if you see, for one product there are multiple rows because one product can be bought in different order IDs. So if someone is asking top 5 products by sale, I cannot do this top 5 order by sales descending because we will have to first aggregate sales of each product, right? Each product had different rows. If I directly say select top 5 products from orders order by sales, it is checking at order level, not at product level, right? So what I have to do, I have to aggregate data at the product level first. So I will have to change the query little bit. So I will say with cts, let me create a ct, select from orders, right, group by product id, right? Because I want at product level sales, right? Then only I can rank them. Product id sum of sales as sales, right? If I run this, you will see for each product I will have one row. Now there will not be any duplicates, right? There are total 1862 rows. For each product I am getting it. Now I can run the same query here. So I will say from ct top 5 product ID, right? Order ID is not required, category is not required, and sales is sales, order by sales descending, right? So this will give me top 5 product by sales, right? So this is fine. Now the next question is, I want within each category top 5 products by sale. Now again it is a variation of department ID, right? So we need at category level as well. So category product ID. So I will get category also for each product, right? Now what can I do? I will say within each category give me top 5 products, right? Now things are simple. I'll just say select star. Again I have to use rank or row number, whatever you need to do as per the requirement, over partition by category, order by sales descending, right, as Rn. Okay, from CT, and this is not required. And if I run this, I will get, for each category I will get ranking. So for example, for furniture starting from 1, this guy has the highest sales, right? Again if I go down for office supplies, again it will start from 1, you see, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are the top 5 products in office supplies. And similarly for the last category, technology. So again I will say select star from, and let's create a subquery, or you can create another CT where Rn less than equal to 5. So I will get top 5 products within each category, right? So we have got 15 rows. So this is in the furniture, this is in office supplies, and this is in technology. Okay, so you have to very much clear about the granularity. What is the granularity of the table? What is the question asked? The keywords are, for example, here they are asking that within each department, what are the highest salaried employees? So if you have an employee table, there won't be any duplicate for employee IDs. So you don't have to do any aggregation. You can directly use top 5, or if you want to do row number, you can do, right? When they are saying within each department, that keyword says that you have to do partition by department ID. Here in the orders table, if they are asking the top 5 products, so in orders table you can have multiple rows for each product, but in employee ID there was only one row for each employee ID. But here you can have multiple rows, so you have to first aggregate it at product ID level, sum of sales, then you can do top 5. Again the keyword is within each category, so you have to get the category as well when you are doing the aggregation. And in the partition by, you have to use the category again row number, rank, dance rank, there will be follow up questions. So you have to understand what they are saying, and accordingly you have to use row number, rank, or dance rank. Okay, so this is the first question, all the variations of it. It is very commonly asked question, so make sure you are clear about it. Let's move on to the second question. Okay, so second question is about year over year growth. This is also a very common question, and it checks your ability to use lead lag functions. Okay, we will see other variations. So other variations can be, we need product whose sale is more than the previous month sale, right? Whose current month product with current month sales more than previous month sales, right? So these questions will check your lead lag functions ability, right? So again we will discuss the different variations of it. So let's start. So we have the orders data. Now you know about the granularity. I'm not going into it. I will be using the orders data where we have to aggregate the data first, right? So depending on the question, you have to check what is the granularity and apply these lead lag or any window functions. Now again, we have a orders function, and we have to get the year over year growth, right? What is the year over year growth? Which means, let's say in 2020, my sale was 100. In 2021, my sale was 200. In 2022 my sale was 300. So year over year growth for first year will be 0 because there was no previous year, right? For this year, from 100 to 200, it means 100% growth, right? Again from 200 to 300 is 50% growth, right? So this we have to get from the orders data, right? So it means clearly we want year level data, because at year level we want the growth. So what I will do, I will say select, let me copy this again here, year from order date, right, as year order, comma sum of sales as sales from order group by again year order, right? So this is what you have to do. So I got each year's sales. Let me do order by as well, year, so that it makes sense. Okay, so for 2018 this is the sales, for 2019 this is the sales, for 20 this is the sales, for 21 this is the sales. Okay, so I got year wise sales. Now here granularity is year, you have to understand it, what is the granularity. Now I want year over year growth, so let's call it as a CT. You can create a subquery as well, which is fine, and we don't need a order by here, right? So if I just run this, so now I will say select star from CT, right? Now I will use a lag function. Lag function will give me the previous year sales. The moment I get previous year sales, I can do a comparison, right? So I will say lag of what? Sales, right? Lag of how much? One, right? Over. Now here I don't have to give any partition by, because on the this is the full table. Now the CT is a full table. On full table I want to see the previous value, right? There is no categorization of partition by we want to do. I'll show you a variation with partition by, but for now I just have to say order by year order, right? I'll just show you what it will do as previous year sales, right? So if I just run this, you see, for first year, there is no previous year sales, so we are getting null. For 2019, I am saying lag of 1, which means previous row. Lag of 2, I will say then it is previous to previous. So it will give me previous row, which is coming here. Again for 2020, previous row is this, which is coming here. Again for this, previous row is this, so this is coming here. Right? Now this is null value. So what we will do, in the lag, we can give a third argument. So I will take sales only. In case of a null, when previous year sales is not there, give me sales only, so that growth I can show as 0, right? If you see, this is coming as sales only. Okay, so this is fine. Now what I have to do, let's call it as with CT2 as, this is my CT2, and now I have to calculate the year over year growth. So I will say select order year, sorry, I have to say comma, with year order. Okay, year order from CT2, right? And now I have to say that the year over year growth will be sales minus previous year sales, right? Divided by previous year sales. So this is how you have to calculate. Current year sales minus previous year sales divided by previous year sales into 100. Into 100 to get into the percentage term as YOY. Okay, so let me do a star actually, so that we can see everything. Okay, so if I run this now, you see I'm getting 0% because first year nothing is there. For second year, if you see, the sales have been decreasing. Previous year sale is 40, around 4,84,000, and this year 2019 is 470. So there is a decrement of 2%. Then from 470 to almost 600,000, this is again 30% increase, and this is again 20% increase. So this is how you can do a year over year growth. Now the question can be that I want year growth within each category, right? This is plain on whole table, on whole sales. I want to see for company what is the year over year sales. But now I want to see within each category what is year over year sales, which means I need category also. I need the data at category plus year. So I will add category here, right? And in the group by also I will add category, right? So I will get, so if I just run this order by category, so I'm going to run this and you will see now I'm getting within each category what is the sales, not just overall, right? So for furniture, this is the sales of different years. For office supplies, sales for different years. For technology, sales for different years. Now I got this. Once I get this, what I have to do? I have to do leg partition by category. I'll just show you again how it will help me. Okay, partition by category, and let me do select star from CT2 just to explain. Okay, so if I run this, so now if you see for 2018, this is the first year. So we are taking sales only, right? Now here if you see, this is the sales for 2019 and previous year sales is this, right? Now if you go to office supplies, it is again starting. It is not taking the previous row's sales, right? 2021 furniture sales. No, because I am doing a partition by. If I don't do a partition by, what it will do, it will take the previous row's sales, which will be wrong. So you have to make sure you do a partition by so that each category is separately calculated. Okay, so once we do it, we have the previous year's sales for each category, and then the same formula will work. We don't have to worry about anything else. It will absolutely work. So if you see, this is 0 for the first year, and then this is the growth in furniture category year over year. For 2019, this is the growth. 2021 similarly for office supplies, for first year 0, then this is the growth in different year, and then in technology. Okay, so the main thing in these kind of question is you have to understand the granularity, right? There was one more variation I was telling you, that we have to get products, right, with current month sales more than previous month sales. So what we have to do, we have to get the data at product ID and month year level, right? Once we get it, then we will get sales, right? So for example, here we are getting previous year sale, there we will get at month level previous month sale, and then we can compare. If sales is greater than previous month sale, then those are the products, right? So I think you can do it, you can try it out, but the funda is same. That granularity will be product ID and month year. Here the granularity is category and year. That is the only difference. And you have to put a where condition where sales is greater than previous year sales. So we will get all the combination of product and month for which the sales is more than previous year sales. So you will do partition by product ID and order by month year. Okay, I hope you will be able to solve it. Okay, so this is the second question, very commonly asked question, again both of them. Let's move on to the third question. The third question is little more advanced, where we have to get running or cumulative sum or rolling n month sales, right? This is again very useful matrix. So the question is select star from orders, right? Let me again query this. Now what I want, let me take only those four columns, we don't need everything else. So okay, I don't think we have that query. Let me write it. Order ID, order date, and product ID and sales, and we will see if we need anything else. But what we essentially need is we want cumulative sales month wise. Okay, which means, or let's say year wise for simplicity, month wise also you can do. Which means, for example, if my sales for 2020 is 100, for 2021 is 200, right? For 2022 is 300, and 2023 it is 400. I want a cumulative sum. Cumulative means all the previous year sales plus this sales. So for the 2020 cumulative will be 100, right? For 2021 this year plus previous year, so it will be 300. Okay, now for 2022 it will be this year and all previous year, which will be 300 plus 300, 600. All this if you add up will be 600, right? Now for 2023, if you add up everything till here, it will be 1000. So this is your cumulative sum, right, year wise. So how we will do it? Again, we will first aggregate data at year level, right? That's what we have been doing. So let me copy this, and I am saying that give me data at year level, right? And sum of sales. So this will give me for each year what is the sales, and then I have to find the cumulative sales. So if I run this, I got for each year, sorry, group by category is not required. Okay, so 2018, this is the sales, this is the sales. So I have to get the cumulative sales. So what I can do, I will say select from CT, right? And select star, and here we will use the cumulative function. So I will say sum of sales over. Now again here there is no need of partition by, because we need overall cumulative sales. So I will say order by year order, right? Order by year order, so that it will first pick this year and the sales of this. Now when it goes to 2019, it will sum all previous sales. When 2020, all previous sales. So if I just run this as cumulative sales, okay, or running sales, you can call it anything. So now if you see, order by year order, okay, this is not required. So you cannot use a order by in the subquery. That's what the error is. Okay, so you see this is my first year sales, because I have done order by year order, so ascending order. So this is the first year by ascending order. So this is the sales. This is a 44 lakh 84 plus 4 lakh 70, around 9 lakh 54,000, right? Then in this it is adding all these three, and this is the final result. And then in the last it is adding all those four, and this is the final result. Right? Now there can be one issue. If the sales for two of the years is same, right? So cumulative sales same shows the same result using this. So for example, if it would have been same both, let's say it would have been like this 100, then it will show you, ideally it should show 100 here, 200 here, right? But it will show 200, 200. This is how it works, because it is a duplicate, right? So what you have to do, actually it is not like that. It is based on order by column. So your order by is year order, so that will never happen, my bad. That's a different case. In this case it is fine, so your year will be always different. So if there is a tie in the order by, so for example if there are 2 years same, 2018, 2018, then you will see the same cumulative sum. But you can forget about it for now, right? Now, this is absolutely fine that you want order by year order, order cumulative sales, right? Now what we are saying again category wise cumulative sum, right? So again I have to say category, same thing I have to do, group by category, right? And then again here partition by category. Okay, forget about that duplicate thing. Okay, don't get confused. So if you see for furniture category, I am getting the cumulative sum, right? This is the value, then this plus this I am getting here, then this plus this plus this, then this plus this plus this. Similarly for office supplies, it is starting again, because I have done partition by. So this is cumulative sum partition by. Okay, now they can uh, for example cumulative sum of last 4 months or 5 months, right? Which means I need the months data as well. So let me get month as well here. So let me remove category. I'll see if we want to include category later. But what I want cumulative rolling sum, not cumulative. I want rolling 3 months sales. Which means if let's say this is my January, February, March, April, May, right? Now rolling 3 months sales. Let's say this is my actual sales, right? So rolling 3 months sales will be for first month. There is no previous 2 months. So previous 2 months plus current month. So this is previous 2 months plus current month. This is what I have to do, right? So there are no previous 2 months, so only current month. So this will be this. Now for Feb, previous 2 months are not there. They only previous 1 month. So previous 1 month plus current month will be 300. So far it looks like cumulative sum, but it is not. So again for this previous 2 months sale is 300 plus 300 600. Till here it has worked like a cumulative sum. But here for April, previous 2 months is only this much, not January. So here it is a different result. So 500 plus 400 will be 900. Right? When I go to May, previous 2 months will be 300, 400, which is 700 plus 500, 1200. Right? So this is my rolling 3 month sales. Right? So for that, I have to get the data at month level. So I'll say month also I will get it here. Right? So if I just run this, I will say give me month of order date as month order date. Okay, and if I just take this, I have to put it in the group by as well. Okay, and I will get year wise, month wise sales, right? So for example, I just show you here. So if you see here for 2018, first month sales is this, and so on till 12. Then 2019 first month sale, and so on till each month. For there are 4 years, we are getting 48 months of data, right? Now what we have to do, we have to go rolling 3 months sales. So for I have to say sum of sales ordered by year order as well as month order date, right? Comma month order date, right? In the increasing order, both are increasing order, right? This is the new syntax, rows between two preceding and current row. So I'm saying give me the sum of sales of previous two rows and current row, all three rows sales, right? If I run this, okay, again order by clause is wrong. So let's go back. So if you see, this is my first month sales, so this is same. This is sum of these two. This is sum of these three. Now look at the fourth month. For fourth month, if you see, the sales is sum of these three. So if you see, this is 28,000, 55,000, and 4,000. So this will be 88,000 around. So this is not included here. Again here, this will be the sum of these three. Current month and previous 2 months, right? 55,000, 28,000, 23,000 around 1,07,000, right? So this is how you have to get rolling sum. If it is 3 months rolling, 4 months rolling, 5 months rolling, accordingly you have to use the two preceding and current row. Sometimes they will say that they don't want to consider the current month. They want previous 3 months sales in the rolling 3 month, because the current month sale might not be full in actual, right? So you will say, for example, 3 months rolling, you will say between three preceding and one preceding, because you don't want to consider the current month, right? So three preceding and one preceding, right? So if I run this, I will get previous 3 months sale, not including the current one. So example, this one, if you see, this will be the sum of these three, right? It was coming against this row earlier, now it is coming here, because we are not considering this row, we are considering the previous three rows. So three preceding is this, one preceding is this, and everything between these, right? So this is another variation. Okay, so I hope you understand it. Again, you have to first aggregate data if required. If we have a table like employee ID, we don't have to aggregate first. So if the granularity is the same on which the question is asked, so here we are asking question on sales. So sales is not, we there are multiple orders in each order and month. So we have to aggregate first, and then we can have 3 months rolling sum or whatever, right? So this is the third one, running some cumulative sum. Now comes the fourth one, where we have to convert rows into column, year wise, each category sales. Okay, so let me explain it. For example, I want for each year how much is the sale in different categories. So I can simply say year order date as year order, right? Category sum of sales, sorry, as sales, right? From orders group by year order category. Okay, and let's do same for order by. So the question is, this is fine. For each year, I want category wise sales, right? So for example, for 2018, what is the sales in furniture? In 2018, what is the sale in office supplies, in technology? This is how we want, which is fine. But the question is, I want to pivot it. I want different columns for each category. So for 2018, I want what is the sales in furniture, what is the sales in office supplies, what is the sales in technology. I want in a different columns, right? I don't want like this, right? So I will have year, there are four columns, year, furniture sales, office supply sales, technology sales. So this is kind of pivoting from rows to column, right? So the simplest way of doing it is you can use case when statements, right? So you want year wise, right? So you can say year wise, group by year, category we will remove it, right? Let's remove it completely. Now here I will say I will put a case statement, right? Let's remove it. Sum of sales, case when category category equal to furniture, then sales, then take sales, otherwise zero. For everything else it is zero, and as furniture sales, right? This will be my furniture sales. Similarly we will have two more sales, so this will be for office supplies, right? And this will be my office supplies sales, right? Similarly this is for technology, this will be my technology sales, right? So I'm creating a different columns based on case one statement, and if I run this, I will get for each order, for each year, what is the sales in different categories. Okay, so this there can be multiple variations of it. You can put multiple conditions here in the case one. So based on the question, you have to modify your case one statement. Otherwise, the structure of the query will be same. Okay, so this is your fourth one. Okay, last one is very important and very commonly asked. You have the result of inner join, left join, and different join. So you have, let's say, two table, right? Where we have one, in one table we have one, two, null, three, three, and we have another table, let's say, where we have two, null, one, one, four, three, right? Now if you do inner join, left join, right join, different kinds of join, how many records will be there in the output, right? So this might be very confusing. So for this particular question I have created a separate video where I have explained it in detail, in full detail, that you can easily understand it. So I'll put that video comment in the comment section, in the pinned comment, and the description also. Do check out. Okay, so what you need to do is go to namastesql.com and then sign up. If you have not signed up, please sign up. Once you sign up, you can go to coding problems, right? There you need to apply some filters. So you can just let me go to the first page, and then you can say question type free, right? And difficulty hard. Okay, so we have five questions, you can see, right? So we will solve all of these questions one by one. So let me start with the first question, workaholic employees. It was asked in Meta. Okay, so question number 14, workaholic employees. The question is, write a query to find workaholic employees. Workaholic employees are those who satisfy at least one of the given criteria. Okay, so we have an employee table. Let's look at the data quickly. I'll move on to SQL Server and let me run this. Yeah, so we have this employee ID data, you can see, right? So we have employee ID, login time and logout time, right? This is the time when employees log in on a particular day and log out on a particular day, right? We have three employees, 100, employee ID 100, 200 and 300. So we need to find workaholic employees, and this is the criteria for workaholic employees. First is worked for more than 8 hours a day for at least 3 days in a week, right? So this is a 1 week of data, right? So we don't have to filter on a week or something. It is just 1 week of data. So if an employee has worked at least 3 days in a week for more than 8 hours, then he will be considered workaholic. Another criteria is worked for more than 10 hours a day for at least 2 days in a week, right? So there are two things. Either he worked for more than 8 hours, 3 days in a week, or he worked for more than 10 hours for at least 2 days in a week. Then he or she will be considered as workaholic employee. You are given the login logout time of the employees for a given week, right? So it is for a given week. Write a SQL to find all workaholic employee along with the criteria that they satisfy, one, two, or both. Display it in the order of increasing employee ID. Right? So a employee can fall in this category, then the flag will be one. So we can see the expected output here. Right? So for employee ID, he is workaholic and criteria is one. For 200, he is workaholic and criteria is two. Two means this criteria it is satisfying, one means this criteria it is satisfying. Now one of the employee satisfy both the criteria, right? So he worked for more than 8 hours for 3 days, as well as he worked for more than 10 hours for 2 days. Okay, so this is the expected output. Great. So let's see how we can solve it. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to find number of hours, right? Number of hours each day each employee has worked, right? So we will simply say give me date diff, right? I want in hours, right? I think hour or hours we need to use between login and log out, right? As hours worked, right? Let me run this. Okay, so it is getting 9 hours, right? From 9:15 to 18:20. Okay, so it is giving me the exact hours, right? So most probably we should consider minutes, right? Because we need exactly 8 hours. So this 9 hours might be wrong. So what we will say give me in minutes so that I get exact value. This is rounding off. It is not giving me exact hours. See, 9:15 to 8:20 will be 9 hours 5 minutes, right? So most probably I will do minute and then divide it by 60. Minute I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm getting 5:45 minute and then I will do divide by 60, right? And I will also do divide by 60 and then I will get exact hours. So let me done this. Yeah. So again, I'm getting in decimal values. So most probably what I can do, I can multiply it by 100, right? So that I get, sorry, 1.0, so that I get values in decimal points. Yeah, now it is perfect. I'm getting 9.08, 7.91. So I'm getting the exact value, right? So I can say if it is greater than 8 or less than 8, great. So what we will do, we'll say with CT as this. So this is my CT1. We will create multiple CTs. So let me take more space now. We understand the question, right? Okay. Now I need to categorize it in three things, right? One is that employee has worked 8 hours or not. He has worked 10 hours or not on particular day. So what I will do, I will say select star from CT and I will create one more column and I will say case when hours worked is greater than 10. Now it is important here that first case when condition you give is greater than 10. I will tell you why. Then, right, I'll say 10 plus. Right. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm doing it. Next is when hours worked is greater than 8, then 8 plus. Right? Or maybe greater than equal to I should use, right? Great. Next is else I will say 8 minus, which means less than 8 hours here worked. And as a time window, we can say time window, right? So this is fine now, right? We have three windows. So let me run this and show you. Invalid object name CT. Okay, it is CT1. Okay, so now if you see, we have the time window as well, right? So it is 8 plus, right? Because it is 8 minus, it is 8 plus, and wherever 10 is there, it is 10 plus. Now, why I'm saying that we need to have this first, because if I say 8 plus first, so if I just do this, everything will fall under 8 plus, right? So if I do this and I will just comment it, what will happen is everything, even if the 10 plus employees are there, it will go here. So I'll just show you. So now if you see everything is 8 plus or 8 minus, yeah, 10 plus is not there because anything which is more than 10 will be more than 8 as well, right? So we have to make sure we capture 10 one as well, right? Because we need it, right? So I will just go back to the previous one, right? Yeah. so that we capture when it is more than 10 and when it is more than 8, not 10. Okay, so now we have the time windows. So let's make it as CT2 as this. You should give a good name of cities, but for now I am just using CT1, CT2. Great. So now I have the time window. So what I can do now, from this I need only those rows which are either 8 plus or 10 plus, right? I am not interested in 8 minus. If someone had worked less than 8 hours, I don't care, because I am interested in 8 plus hours and 10 plus hours only. So I will say select star from CT2 where time window not equal to, I can say not equal to 8 minus, right? Or I can say time window in 10 plus or 8 plus, anything is fine, right? So let me run this. Now if you see, I am getting only 8 plus and 10 plus. Great. Now next thing we have to identify is if an employee has worked 10 plus hours 2 days as well as 8 plus hours 3 days, then he will fall into both category, right? So if you look at the 300, right, if you see he worked 10 plus hours 2 days, right, so he will fall in the second category, this one. And he has also worked 8 plus hours on all 3 days, right, 8 plus hours on all 3 days, so he is both. Now you understand. Let's look at one. If you look at one, right, employee ID 100, he has worked 8 plus hours, 8 plus hours, 8 plus hours. So 3 days he has worked 8 plus hours. So he is falling in the first category where we have to check more than 8 hours for at least 3 days. So he is good for the criteria one. Now look at the employee ID 200. Here if you see, he has worked 10 plus hours 2 days, but he has not worked 8 plus hours 3 days, right? Because only 2 days he has overworked and both the days it is 10 plus, which means he is falling in category 2, not in category 1, right? So we have to categorize employees in that way now. So what we will do, we will get the count for each employee. So I will say EMP ID comma count star. Now I have already filtered on 8 plus and 10 plus. So this will give me that how many days he has worked for 8 plus hours, right? So 10 plus will also be considered in 8 plus, right? Now when I'm calculating it, the 8 10 plus also should be considered in 8 plus, as I will say uh, as total 8 plus days. I don't know if it will take 8 plus, but let's say total 8 days, right? Or 8 hours days, right? Now next I will say count, right, case when, right, case when I have to do group by here, by the way, group by emp underscore id, right? So I'll say case when, right, time window is equal to 10 plus, right, time window equal to 10 plus, then I will count that. So I will say 1 else 0 and, right, you can do sum here as total 10 hours day, right? So let me run this and show you quickly. Okay, so if you see for employee ID 1, total 8 hours days 3, right, and total 10 hours days 0. So perfect, right? He worked for 8 plus hours for 3 days. Now for employee ID 200, total 8 plus hours is 2 and total 10 plus hours is also 2, right? So which means he will fall in second category. 8 plus hours is not 3, right? Only 2. Okay, for 300, both are satisfying. So 8 plus hours is also greater than equal to 3 and 10 plus hours is equal to greater than equal to 2. So now we can say, I can maybe use a subquery, select from, let's call it A, right? What we need in output, employee ID. So I'll say EMP ID, right? And then I will create this column, criteria column, right? So let me take this. Header doesn't matter, you can give any header. So I'll say case when. Now I will first check if both are satisfying, right? Again, if both are satisfying, then I have to give both. So I will say case when total 8 plus hours days is greater than equal to 3 and total 10 plus hours is greater than equal to 2, then I will say both. Right? This is what we need to do. Sorry, both. Okay, so I'll just take it here. Right? So I'm saying case when total 8 hours days is greater than equal to 3, right? It should be greater than equal to 3, right? And this should be greater than equal to 2, then both. Okay, then I will say when, right? Now I will say when, so if both are there, then both. Now, if both are not there, then only one of them will be there. So I will say when total 8 days hours, right, is greater than equal to 3, then it will be 1. Right. Now I have to give this 1 in single quotes, remember, because this is a varchar column now, because both is a varchar string. So you cannot mix one varchar, one integer in case when. The output of each when should be a string. So I have to give in single quotes. Else, there is only one criteria left, which will be 2. And we will say and as uh, criteria. Doesn't matter. I can give anything. Right. That's it. So let me run this quickly. Okay, so if you see the output, we have 1, 2 and both 100, 200, 300. By default, the output is coming in order of employee ID, but output is expected. So we will give order by emp underscore ID, right? And run this. And you will see it is matching exactly. And it is a correct answer. Okay, great. Once you submit it, you can even see your submissions here and you can check it again. So you can go here and see here, right? Whatever you submitted. If you submit multiple times or you submit a wrong solution will also be visible here. But every time you hit on evaluation, you will see an entry here. Okay, you can check the solution here as well. And you can see the video explanation as well here. Great. You can also see the discussion. Other people have also submitted their solution, so you can check it. Great. Let's move on to the next question. You could have clicked on next, but I'm just going back and coming back. Okay, so next question is 28 malware detection. This was asked in LinkedIn, and the question is there are multiple antivirus software which are running on the system, and you have the data of how many malware they have detected in each run, right? So you have like antivirus system, let's say they are running in your laptop, right? And for each antivirus, right, we have the data that how many malware they have detected. So for example, software ID 100, on this date it has run whatever date time we have, and these many malware it has detected. It has run again on 2 o'clock, then again 3 o'clock, and then how many malware it has detected, and so on and so forth for multiple software. So we have software ID 100, 101 up to 105, right? This is how the data is. Okay, you need to find out how many malwares each software has detected in their latest run, and what is the difference between the number of malwares detected in latest run and the second last run for each software, right? So we need to find that how many malware each software has detected in latest run. So for example, this is the latest run for software ID 100. So it has detected 9. So we have to get 9, as well as let me show you the expected output, right? So we have to get 9, but 100 is not there in the output. We will see why it is not there, right? But let's say 101, right? So for 101, the latest is 12. So we are saying latest run count is 12 and difference to previous. So second latest is 10. So difference to previous is 2. So we are seeing 2, right? Similarly for other. So this is what we have to get, but there are some other conditions. Because of that, 100 is not there, 104 and 5 are also not there. So we will see. Okay, please note that list only the software which has run for at least 2 times, right? So there are some software, for example 105, it has run only for 1 time, so we don't have to take this in the output, and have detected at least 10 malware in each in the latest run, right? So it should have at least 2 runs, and in the latest at least 10 malware, right? So for example, here in the latest there are only 9, right, for 100. So it is not there in the output. Similarly, 105 is not there because there is only one malware. Okay, I hope you got the question. So let's start. So what we will do, the first and foremost thing we have to do is we have to identify which is the latest one and second latest one for each software. So we will get the row number and identify that. So we will say row number, right? Now we need for each software separately. So I will say over partition by software ID, right? And order by run date in descending order. Why descending? Because what will happen? The latest will have the row number 1 and second latest will have row number 2. So I will know that which is first and which is second, right, as Rn. Right. So let me show you quickly. So if you see for 100, the latest one is this 16 hours, right? You look at the time, rank 1, and then this is second latest, right? 2, and this is third latest, this is 3, right? So I'm interested in first and second only. I don't care about third or whatever. So I will filter that. So I'll say, let's say with the CT1 as this, and select star from CT1 where Rn greater than or equal to, sorry, less than or equal to 2, right? So I need only those two. Great. So this will do for me. So for each software I have got latest 2 runs, right? Wherever there is only one, so I am getting one. Okay. Now next what I should do, for each software what I should do is, so I will say software ID, right, and I will do group by. I'll tell you why. Once I do group by, I will say case when Rn equal to 1, then give me malware detected, right? So I'll just copy this. I'll say when Rn equal to 1, then give me malware detected and as latest run, right? And then I will drive one more column and I will say case when Rn equal to 2, then how many malware detected and as last run, right? Latest run, last but one, right? Last but one, right? So this is latest run and this is previous to latest, right? Or previous run, we can say previous run, previous run. That is better, I think. Okay, and then I will do group by on this. And so if I don't do group by, what will happen? So let me show you. Okay, so I'm just running this and maybe I will take everything just to show you how what is happening. Okay, so if you see what is happening is I'm saying in the latest run there are 9, right, and in the previous run they are null, right? Because why it is null? uh because there is no previous run for this, right? So the latest is this. If you see, this is the latest. No, this is the latest. This is the latest, right? And this is the second latest. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So if you see in the first row, I'm getting latest run is 9, previous run is null, right? Because this is the latest run. So I'm getting value only in the latest run column because I'm saying Rn equal to 1. So in the latest run, I'm getting 9. Now this is second latest run, right? So I'm getting only in the previous run, right? So what I will do, I'll do group by and take max. What max will do? It will give 9 here and 15 here. So I will get for 100, 9 I got in the latest one and 15 in the previous one, right? Because it will always be null, right? Here again, if you see, for the latest one, 12 is there, and for the second latest one, 10 is there in that row. So I'll say max, because max will ignore null values, right? So in the one row, I will get everything. So let me show you quickly. You can even use sum, doesn't matter, right? And we'll do group by software ID. right? And here also I can just take software ID now. I cannot take other columns. Great. So if you see, I am getting software ID 100 in the latest one 9, in the previous one 15, right? This is exactly fine. 101, latest one is 12, previous one is 10. And in this editor, you can even use run multiple queries. So for example, you want to see if my output is correct or not, right? So what you can do, you can maybe run this again separately, right? So you can take this, and this is another query, and let me run both the queries. Okay, so this is my previous query, right? So the latest one has 9 and second latest is 15. So 9 and second latest is 15, right? Again, for 101, right? For 101, latest is 10, previous is latest is 12, previous is 10, right? So this is how you can verify by running multiple queries. Okay, for now we will do with this. Okay, now we have to do two things, right? First thing is we should have at least two runs, right? So for example, for 105, there is only one run. So what I can say, when I group those, I have already put filters, right? Only give me rn less than equal to 2. So I can say having count star equal to 2. So there should be two entries, right? After I put this filter, right? Or I can say rn in 1 comma 2, just to be more specific, right? So if they are both the entries, and when I should do group by software IDs, there should be two entries, right? If there is one entry, it will not come in the output. So if you see, the last one is gone. So this is perfectly fine. Now the next condition is that please note that list only software which have two uh, at least two times, which have run at least two times, right? So this is fine, and have detected at least 10 malware in the latest run. So in the latest run there should be at least 10 malware. So I can just pick this up, right? This is again an aggregated value, right? And you can put here, I'll show you the other way as well. So you can do this at least 10, so greater than equal to 10, right? So if I run this, we will get only these three. See, 101, 102, 103. Right? These are the columns we need to just calculate, but we got it, right? If you are not comfortable with having clause here, what you can do is, right, we need another CT anyway, right? Another query anyway. So what we can do, let's create comma CT2 as this, right? And you can just select star from CT2 where latest run, right? This is the number of malwares, and latest run is greater than or equal to 10, right? This will also give me only those three softwares, right? Now what I need in the output, I need software ID. So I will say software underscore ID, comma, I also need latest run count. So I will say latest run, right? And then difference to previous. So I will say latest run minus previous one. This is what we need as diff, right? So I'll just run this, and this should do for us. So we have got the exactly same output, right? 101, 102, 103, 12, 13, 16, and 2 minus 1, 5. Let's evaluate it. Perfect. So this is working fine. Great. Let's move on to the next one is user session activity. Okay, so next is question number 118, user session activity. So in this, what we need to do, we are given a table of events. You are given a table user events that tracks user activity with following schema, right? So you can imagine a user is going to a website, and we are um, storing all the events that he's clicking or scrolling or whatever he is doing, right? So that kind of data we have. So we have user ID, event type, what kind of event it is it scroll or is it click, right? And what is the event time, at what time this thing happened, right? So what we need to do, identify user sessions, right? So our task is identify user sessions. A session is defined as a sequence of activities by a user when the time difference between the consecutive events is less than or equal to 30 minutes. If the time between two events exceed 30 minutes, it's considered the start of a new session. And for that, for each session ID, right, we need to get all of this information, right? So we will understand with the expected output what we need to do. So this is the expected output, and let me explain you how it is happening. Okay. So if you see, we have the user ID, session ID, session start time, session end time, session duration, and event count. Okay. So if you look at the user ID 1, right, he started first event on 9 o'clock on the same day. They are of the same day, but the time is different. So 9 o'clock it is started. Then next session is 10 o'clock, right? Now the next, not session, next event is 10 o'clock. So which means it is more than 30 minutes, right? So it means the first session ended here itself. If it was less than 30, we will consider these two as same session. But because this event happened after 30 minutes, which is 1 hour almost, right? So it means it is a new session. So if you see user ID session ID 1, session start time is 9 o'clock and end time is also 9 o'clock. Session duration is 0 and there is only one event in this session. Let's look at the next rows. So if you see this next event is happening at 10 o'clock and after that one more is there in 10:20. So this is within 30 minutes. So they are part of same session. Again, this is also happening within 30 minutes, right? Less than or equal to 30, right? X is 30, but this is within 30. So which means all these three sessions, right? All these three events are part of same session because next, if you see, it is more than 30, 10:50 and 11:40. So it is 50 minutes, right? So which means this is these three are part of same session, and this is session ID 2. And if you see, it is starting at 10 o'clock and ending at 10:50. So session duration is 50 minutes and total event count is 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Again, it is starting a new session. If you see, there is one more session now. 11:40 it is starting. Right? Again, there is only one event in this because next is starting at 12:40. So this marks the new session. So 12:40 and 12:50 will be part of same session. So if you see, session ID 3 has only one session, event count 1. But again, there are two. Right? Similarly, for user ID 2, we have to do the same thing. Right? I hope the question is clear. Very, very good question, right? Try out yourself, right? It is not easy to solve this question, but if you are able to solve it, you can consider yourself as SQL expert. Great. So let's break it down how we will solve it. Okay, so first I will move to MS SQL, right? So wherever I have some date functions, I prefer to use MS SQL. I'm more comfortable with MS SQL for date functions. Okay, so what we will do first, we will get the previous event value, right? So event time of current event is this, and what is the time of the previous event, right? Then only we can compare if it is more than 30 or less than 30, right? So what we will say lead or lag, we want previous, right? So we will say lag of event time. How much I want to look at previous row? So 1. If I want to look at two previous row, then I will say 2. So I'll say 1, right? Let's take some more space. I'll say over partition by, I'll do partition by user ID, right? So because for each user I want to say it separately, and order by event time in the ascending order as prev event time. Okay, so this is previous event time I will get. So I'll just run this. Okay, so if you see, I have got the current event time 10, previous is null for the first row. For the second row, current is 10, previous is should be 9, so it is 9. Again, 10, 20, 10. So we have 10 here, right? So I hope this is clear now why we use the lag function. So now we need to get the difference between event time and previous event time, right? And also it is null. I don't like null here. So what I will put the same value of event time because the difference will be 0, right? And that's what we also see in the output, that whenever there is a single event, we want to see it as 0. So I'll use third parameter in lag function and I will put event time as it is, right? So if I run this now, you see I'm getting the same value 99. Similarly for 2 first row 99, right? So this I sorted. Now next what I want difference between event time and previous event time, right? So I can create a CT and do it, or I can directly use in the date diff function. So I'll say date diff. I want difference in minute, right? Between what? between between event time and previous event time. So first we have to see give the lower value. So I will copy this. So this is my previous event time, right? And then I have current event time as previous diff, whatever you call it. Right? So let me run this quickly. And now if you see, I'm getting 0 for first, and for second it is 60. So because it is 10 o'clock, it is 9 o'clock. So we are getting 60 minutes. Then again 20 and 10. So we are getting 20 minutes. So we have sorted this out. I think this column is not required. So I will just remove it, and I will just keep the difference between the current event and the previous event. So we have this. Great. Now what we will do with CT as this. Let's create a CT first. And now I will create a flag. So select, I'll tell you what flag from CT, right? Let's call it a star. And here I will say case when, right? Case when prev diff, whatever we are creating, is greater than or greater than 30, right? Not equal to, greater than 30. It means it is a start of a new session, right? So whenever it is greater than 30, here it is 60, so which means a new session is starting. Then this is part of previous session, this is part of previous session, again this is 50, which means a new session is starting now. So I'm saying case when previous diff is greater than 30, then 1, else 0. So whenever a new session is starting, I'm creating a flag as 1, otherwise it is 0, and as session flag, right? So let me run this. So see, wherever a new session is starting, it is 1. So for first session, it will be 0 always, right? So it is 0. But whenever a new session is starting, it is 1. And then it is 0, 0, which means these three part of same session. Again 1. Again 1. So there is only one session here, right? Now here if you see 1, it is part of a new session, 1, 0, 0. So until it is 0, it will be same session, right? And this is a new user now. So again, it is starting from 0, 0. They are part of same session, and then a new session is starting. Now what I will do, I'll create a group, right? So basically these three rows should part of same group so that I can group them together. So I'll do a trick here. I will say sum, right? Just focus here, and I'll copy this. Sum case when previous def is greater than 30, then once else 0, over partition by user ID, obviously, right? For each user you want to do it. Order by event time. Order by event time as group ID. And I'll tell you what will happen. So when I'm saying, okay, let me run this and then I'll explain you. Okay, so now if you see what I'm saying, that sum it, right? So it will do partition by user ID and it will sum all these session flag values, right? This is the session flag derivation anyway. So first is 0, 0. Now next is 0 plus 1. So this is 1 because I have said order by event time. So it will just do a cumulative sum here. So if you see this is 0, then 0 plus 1, 1. Now, until next session starts, everything is 0, 0, right? So all of them have got 1, 1, 1. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 plus 0 plus 0 is 1. Now, the moment new session is starting, it become 2. Then again new session is starting, it has become 3, and this will be 3 until there is a 0, right? So these are part of same session now. Now again for 2, if you see, this is a new session. I mean first session itself 0, 0. So these are part of same session. See, group is same, group ID is same. So these are part of same session. And this is again a new session. Now I can group data on this group ID and I can get number of session, time difference between the current session, total time, right? So let's do it. So what we will say, let's call it CTE2 as this, right? Okay. And now I will say select from CT2 group by user ID, right? and this is also user ID, right? Also, we need to do group by on group ID as well, right? So that we get the data at user ID and group ID level. All the values with same user ID and group ID should be together, right? Great. Now what we need, let's see in the output what all we need. So maybe we can look at it here, expected output, right? So session ID we need, we'll come to it later, right? We need session start time. So session start time will be minimum of event time. This will be my session start time. When I'm doing grouping, so one and this zero will be a one row, and minimum will be this, and maximum will also be this for the first session. For the second session, minimum will be this, right, and maximum will be this, because these three rows will group together. It is for the same user ID. Okay, so I'll say minimum event time as session start, right, and maximum event time as session end, right? Then what else we need? We need session duration. So basically difference between these two, max and min. So we will say date diff, I think we need in minutes, right? So we will say date diff between, in minute, between minimum event time and maximum event time as session duration. Okay, this is also done. Now the next column is event count. So this is simply count star as event count. Okay, that's it, right? So let me run this. We need one more column, which is session ID, which is a running number. This is first session, second session, third session, fourth session. So we will do it, but let's see if this is working fine or not. Okay, so if you see user ID, group ID, right? So there is only one row in this group, so we are getting it, right? Now the second is user ID 1 and 3. So let me sort it, right? Sort it by user ID and group ID so that it will be clear. Order by user ID, group ID. Perfect. Okay, so now if you see user ID 1, group ID 0, how many events are there? 1, right? Now in the second session, which is starting at 10 and ending at 10:50, there were 3 sessions we saw, right? So this is all expected. One session, 3 session, then one session, then again 2 session, then again 2 session and 1 session, and session duration also, right? Now in the output, what we need? First of all, we don't need group ID, but we need to keep group ID in group by. Otherwise, our calculations will be wrong. So we can remove it from select. It is absolutely fine. But we need one more column, which will be, we will say row underscore number, right? It is just a session, a running session, right? And we will say over, again here it should be partition by user ID, right? Because for each user it is starting again 1 2. So partition by user ID, order by, order by what we should do? Maybe we can do minimum of event time, right? That should be fine, right? So here we can take anything, or partition by group ID also we can do. So let's do partition by group ID. This should also work as session ID, right? And let's run this. And you see user ID 111122, this is session ID 123412, session start time, session end time, session duration, event count, right? I hope this should work. Perfect. I hope it makes sense. Let's move on to the next question. So next question will be project budget. Okay, so let's solve 125 project budget. So we have three tables here: employees table, right? And then we have projects table and project employees table, right? So let's read the question. You are tasked with managing project budgets at a company. Each project has a fixed budget and multiple employees work on these projects. The company's payroll is based on annual salaries and each employee works for the specific duration on a project. Okay, so let's understand three tables first. So we have a simple employee table where we have employee ID, name, and salary. This is a simple straightforward table. Second is projects table. In this, we have project ID, title. What is the title of the project? Start date of the project, end date of the project, and the project budget. What is the total budget of the project? How much money we can spend on employee salary basically. That is the salary budget basically. Okay, and it has start date, end date. So we can see this project is running for 6 months or 4 months or whatever. Great. Next is for each project, which employees are working. So for project ID 1, employee ID 1. For project ID 2, if you see 3 employees are working, 2, 3, 4. For project ID 3, 4 employees are working, and so on and so forth. Great. So we understand the tables, right? Now let's understand the ask. Over budget on a project is defined when the salaries allocated on per day basis as per project duration exceed the budget of the project. Right? For example, if Ankit and Rohit both worked, combined income is 200K. So let's say there are two employees whose combined salary is 200,000 for a year. They work on a project of a budget 50K that takes half a year, right? So if the combined salary of Ankit and Rohit is 200K, and if a project is taking half a year, 6 months, so which means we are spending 100K on salaries, and the project budget is 50K, right? Then the project is over budget, given 0.5 into 200K, 100K, which is the salary we have to give to employees, is greater than project budget, right? So this is a over budget. Write a query to forecast the budget for all projects and return a label of over budget if it is over budget and within budget otherwise. Order the result by project title. Assume that employees only work on one project at a time. Right. So if you look at the output, so let's understand with one example. Right. So let's say analytics platform. Right. So this is my analytics platform. Now, if you look at analytics platform, it is starting on 5th of May and going till August, which means June, July, August. 3 months of project it is, right? 3 months. So let me write down, right? Okay, so it is a 3 months project and budget is 80,000, right? So we will see if it is under budget or over budget. Okay, so budget is 80,000 and it is from May till August. So June, July, August, 3 months. Perfect. Now, how much salary we will have to spend? So who all are working on project 4? So let's see. So employee ID 6 and 7 are working. So if I go back to 6 and 7, their salary is 1 lakh 5,000 and 98,000, which is around 2 lakh 3,000, right? So 2 lakh 3,000. Okay. Yeah. 2 lakh 3,000, right? Now this is 1 year salary, right? This is the 1 year salary. For 3 months, what will be the salary? Around divide by 4. Divide by 4. So it will come around 50,000 something, right? So we will have to give 50,000 salaries to complete this project, and the budget is 80,000, which means it is within budget, right? Sorry, this is within budget. Let's look at one over budget example so that it will be absolutely clear. Okay, so now let's say app development. Okay, now app development is starting from May. So May, June, sorry, Feb, March, April, May. So around 4 months of project it is around, right? Okay, the budget is 100,000. So let me write it 100,000. Okay. Now how much salary we will have to give? So let's look at the who is working on app development. So there are 3 employees working, 2, 3, 4. Employee ID 2, 3, 4. So let's look at their salary. So 1 lakh 20,000, 90,000, 1 lakh 10,000. So total 3 lakh 20,000. 3 lakh 20,000. This is the total salary of all 3 employees, right? Now they have to work for 4 months, which means this is a 1 year salary. To get the 4 months, we have to divide it by 3. And divided by 3 will be around 1 lakh something, 1 lakh 6,000. Right? 1 lakh 6,000, which is more than the budget. So budget was 1 lakh and salaries we will have to pay 1 lakh 6,000. So it is a over budget, right? So I hope question is clear. Great. Now let's move on to the solution. What we will do, we will just remove all of this, right? And run it one more time. And let's start. So what we will do first, for each project, right? For each project, we will get how much salary that we need to pay, right? Or what we will do first, we will get the total salary of all the employees, right? Total salary of all the employees, yearly salary. Then we will see for project duration how much is required, but yearly salary of all the employees we will get for each project, right? So what we will do, we will say we have to basically join all the tables, right? Because we need title as well. So we will say select star from employees, right? And then we will say E, and I can do inner join on P on. So between employees and no, I have to first join project table and the project employees, and then employees I can join it with employee table. Okay, so let me do this. So I'll say from project P, right? Inner join project employees PE on ID of the project. So P dot ID equal to PE dot project ID, right? So now what I will get, so let me take whatever I need, P dot star comma, we will get employee ID, which will be from PE. So PE dot employee ID. Right? So we got this information. So let me run this. Right, employee ID, we got it. Great. So employee ID was not there in this table. It was project ID, right? So we got the employee ID as well. Great. Now what we will do, we will inner join with employee table, right? So that we get the salaries also of these employee. So I will say inner join employees E on PE dot employee ID equal to E dot ID, right? E dot ID. And from here, what we need, we just need salary. We don't care about the employee name as such, right? So let me make it E, and we will say E dot salary. Right? So let's run. I think we have all the columns now that we need, right? So we have all the columns now. This is all we need. Perfect. So let's create a CT so that we can simplify the query. So with this, we have all the data. So we'll say with CT, and then we will write our query on this CT. You can directly write logic here itself, but just to simplify, I am doing it. Select star from CT. Okay. So now what we will do, we will say group by project, right? So in the output, if you see, we need title. So I'll use title here, right? So I'll say title, right? And group by title. Okay, this is the project name basically. Okay. Now we will say, okay, give me total salary. So sum of salary as total year. This is year salary, right? We have to see that what is the duration. As per that, we need to reduce number of days, right, from the salary. This is total yearly salary. Okay. What we will also do, we will also get the duration of the project, right? So we will say duration of the project will be date diff. We will get in days, date diff, right? And date diff in day between start date and end date. Now, if you see, this is repeating, right? I cannot do sum here. If I do sum here, what will happen? It will get number of days and then it will add it multiple times, right? So if the three employees are working, it will do 3 into number of days. So I don't have to do sum, I can just do max because I need just number of days. So when I group these three projects together, I will get number of days every time from each row. So I just have to give max, min, anything we can give because it will be same for all three rows, right? You can even do group by this column, but that's fine. As project duration, right? So I got project duration as well. Okay. Do we need anything else? Let's look at the output. Budget and label, right? We need budget as well. So we will say budget, right? And we can do group by budget as well because budget is again same for each project. So I can do group by. Okay, so I think that is all we need for now. So let's run this. Incorrect parameter. Okay, it is again my. Okay, this is MySQL. Okay, I will just run it as SQL Server. Okay, because this date diff function is works differently in MySQL. So I'll just use MS SQL. Yeah, now it is fine. Perfect. So we have the title, budget, total year salary of all the employees, and this is project duration. So this is 92 days, this is 120 days, 60 days, 182. Now what we have to do from this total yearly salary, this is for 365 days, right? Yearly salary. Now we need to get for 92 days how much we will have to pay to all the employees. So what we will say, give me sum of salary divided by 365. Right? So what it will give me? It will give me single day salary, right? This will give me 1 day salary. What is the 1 day salary of all the employees working on a particular project? Into, I can say, get me number of days. This is the number of days as project salaries. So this will be project salaries. Let's run this. Okay, so now if you see, for analytics platform, budget is 80,000, total salary is this. But for 92 days, you will have to pay this much, 51152. Similarly, for app development, this is the salary you have to pay. Now let's look at the output. Is it fine or not? So analytics platform within budget. So the budget is 80,000 and salary is 51,000, then perfect, right? It is within budget. Here 1 lakh, 1 lakh 5,000. So it is over budget. 20,000, 67, too much over budget. 50,000, 49,000 within budget. So we just have to create a case when statement and we are done. So maybe we can just say select title, comma, budget, comma, we need to get the label, right? From this, right? And I think that's it, right? So we'll say case when budget is less than okay. So I'm saying when budget is greater than or budget is less than salaries, right? Or let me say this, total salaries is greater than budget, right? So if the total salaries that we have to pay is greater than budget, then it will be over budget, right? Else it will be within budget. And as label. This is all we need in the output. Let's run it. There is some syntax error. Okay, I have given 2 times comma. Again, title, budget, sum of salary. This is fine. Case when this is this, then over budget. Okay, I need to put it in the single quotes. My bad. Yeah. So let's run this one more time. Still there is some error. Case when project salary is greater than budget, then over budget, else within budget, and as label. Okay, I think we have to give the alias, right? It is a subquery and we need to give the alias. Yeah, now it is fine, right? So analytics platform, app development, cloud migration, website design, budget, within, over, within. Perfect. Let's evaluate it. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the last question. So the last question is employee's current salary. So now the question is 150 employees current salary. Now what we need to do in this question, we have two tables, employees table and promotion table, right? So let me explain you tables first. So in employees table, we have the employee ID, name and the joining salary. Basically at whatever salary a employee joined the company, right? So this is a joining salary for Alice, Bob, Charlie, right? Then we have a table where we have employee ID and their promotion and percentage increase. Percentage increase means 10%, 20%. This is in percent. So which means in the first promotion, which happened on 15 January, the percentage increase is 10 for employee ID 1, which is Alice. Then again he got promotion in March with percentage increase 20. Right? So this is what the tables are telling you, these two tables. Similarly, our employee can have n number of promotions, 4, 5, we don't know. It can be 100 promotions. So we have to write a generic solution. We cannot write a solution looking at, okay, only 4 maximum promotions are there. We have to write a generic solution. Even if 10 promotions are there in this table, we should be able to solve it. What we need to do is, your task is to write a SQL query to compute the current salary of every employee by applying each of their promotion increase down to one decimal place. If an employee has no promotions, their current salary remains equal to the joining salary. Okay, straightforward. But it is a very complex question, right? So I'll tell you why it is complex. So what we are saying, that he got 10% promotion, then 10% increase, and then 20% increase. So his initial salary was 50,000, right? Let's try to understand. Now, one way of doing it you may think is, what I will do, I will get all the percentage increase and add that to 50,000. So for example, 10 plus 20, 30%, right? Total 30% he got. So if I add 30% in 50,000, it will be 65,000, right? 30% of 50,000 is 15,000. 15 plus 50 is 65. But that is wrong. He got 10% increase first, which means after 10%, his salary become 55,000. Right? And then on 55,000, he has got 20%. So 50,000, 55,000 plus 20% will be 11,000. So it will be total 66,000, right? So this method is wrong, directly adding the percentage and applying it to initial salary. We have to one by one increase the salary. First 10% increase, then on top of it increase 20%, right? I hope the question is clear. This is what the complexity is, and this question will just open up your mind. Okay? It will go deep in your heart, trust me. Okay, so first and foremost thing is, you need to have understanding of recursive CTs, right? If you don't know recursive CTs, I will add a link somewhere in the video. You can watch it, right? And after that only you you solve this question. Okay, great. So what we will do, that's what we will do. So in recursive city, we have an anchor element, right? So this will be the anchor element, the first salary, right? The first salary, whatever we have for each employee, will be the anchor element. Then we will loop over this table using recursive city, and first we will apply 10%, and then in the second iteration 20%, and so on and so forth for each employee, right? And whatever is the latest salary for each employee will be the final current salary. Okay, so let me show you how you will do this. Now, before I apply recursive CT, what I will also do, I will do a row number here. So I will know, okay, this is the first promotion, this is the second promotion, right? So I will have 1, 2, and again for here 1, 2, then again here I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. So I'll say, let me just take a promotion table for now, and I'll say, give me row underscore ID, sorry, row underscore number over partition by partition by employee ID, right? Order by promotion date. Okay, and this will be my maybe promo ID, I can say. Just some name I'm giving. Okay, so if you see, by the way, I'm solving in MS SQL. In MySQL, you might have different syntax for recursive CT, little bit, right? Not much. Okay, so percentage increase is there, and this is the promo ID. This is first promotion, second promotion, first promotion, second promotion, right? Based on promotion date in ascending order. So this guy has 4 promotion, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have got the row number here. Great. What we will do, we will say with the uh, promos as this. We'll create a CT and the name is promos. Perfect. Now we will start our recursive CT. We will say RCT as, you can give any name. I'm just saying RCT means recursive CT, and the anchor element will be employees table. Right. So I'll say select from employees. Right. Now here what all columns I need? So I need ID. Perfect. I need ID. In output I have the name as well. So I'll keep the name as well. Perfect. I need initial salary as well in the output. So initial salary we know. Joining salary is nothing but the initial salary from employees table. So I will say joining salary as initial salary. This is also fine. Now at this point, when I'm joining, my current salary is also initial salary itself. So I will say joining salary as, sorry, as current salary. Right at this point, right, I will do a loop on promotion table, but at this point, my joining salary is my current salary as well. Right? And then I have this promo ID that I will use. So initially, when there was no promo, I will start it as 0 as promo ID. Right? So I have not done anything. I have just taken, or let me show you quickly. Select star from RCT, and if you see, we have ID name, initial salary, current salary, which is same, and promo ID is 0 because this is just the initial salary. There was no promotions. I starting as 0, and whenever promotions are there, we'll start from 1 here from the promos table. Okay, so this is my anchor element. Now I will say union all. Right? Now I will say select, right, ID comma name comma initial salary. Right, initial salary will not change. It will always be same from, sorry, from which table? From recursive CT itself. Right, just look at it. So these three things are not going to change with every promotion. ID will remain same, name will remain same, initial salary will remain same. So I will say RCT dot ID, RCT dot name, and RCT dot RCT dot initial salary. Right. Now next is current salary. Okay. So for that I will need to join it with inner join promos table. Right. On basis on what? On, let's call it P and let's call it R. If I am calling it R, I will have to change it to R. That's when I will make that change quickly. Okay. So I'll say R dot ID equal to P dot EMP ID. Right. In promos I have the employee ID if you see. In promos employee ID. Now in the first iteration, I want to join with the first promo ID of each employee, right? So employee ID equal to employee ID and bring the record with promo ID 1. Initially the promo ID was 0. So I will say r dot promo ID, right, plus 1. So 0 plus 1 will become 1 equal to promos dot promo ID, right? What will happen in the first iteration? Whatever is this data will join with the first row of each employee, right? Because employee ID equal to employee ID and promo ID plus 1. The recursive CT promo ID is 0 for the anchor element, right? Again, you have to understand recursive CT to understand how this works, right? And now what I will do, I will say that my new salary will be whatever is the initial salary, right, or whatever is my current salary, right, because I will have to loop over it. So this is my current salary plus, right, now I will get percentage increase from promos. So P dot percent increase, right. Now percent increase is, let's say, 20%, right? So what I will do, I will add 100 plus 20 will be 120 and divided by 100, so it will become 1.2. So let's say current salary is 100. If I do 20% promotion, it will become 120, right? So 100 into 1.2 will be 120. As this will be my now current salary, right? So whatever is my current salary, in that you add this percentage, right? And then my new promo ID will be this. Whatever is the recursive city promo ID plus 1. Right? Perfect. Let's see if this works fine or not. We might have some errors, so we will see. Let's run this. It has run. It has run. So I'll take you how it is working. Let me do order by quickly. Order by ID and maybe initial salary. Okay. Okay. So if you see, not initial salary, maybe current salary, right? Initial salary is same. So we might get wrong output. I mean, when we see. Okay. So now if you see, Alice has initial salary of 50,000. So this is the joining salary of Alice, right? 50,000. Now, after first promotion, right? He had two promotion, right? The current salary is 5,001, 50,001. Okay, we have done some mistake. 100 plus percentage increase. Okay, we have to do into, my bad. So current salary into 1.2, right? If it is 20%. So I have to do into, my bad. Okay, now it is fine. So Alice has 50,000, then after 10% salary, his salary become 55,000, if you remember the first example. Then on 55,000, 20% increase, 66,000, right? So his current salary will be 66,000, and so on and so forth. Now the only thing I can see is we have the output in decimal, and we have to do at one decimal places output, right? So what we will do some changes, and here I want to make sure it is in decimal. So I will say, so the data type of these two should be same, so it is union all, right? So maybe what I can say, this is my current salary, I will say cast this as decimal 6 comma 1, right? Yeah, 6 comma 1, because one decimal place and 6 is fine, right? Similarly, I will say cast this as decimal 6 comma 1. Okay, and that's it, right? Let's run this. Okay, so we are getting fine, right? It looks fine. Let's see, everything is fine or not. So for Alice, the latest cell is 66,000, right? 66,000. Let's look at these decimal values. Charlie is zero point 0.5. So Charlie is zero point 0.5 here, perfect. And David is zero point 0.3. David is zero point 0.3 latest salary. So we have the latest salaries now. So from this table, we just need to get latest salary. So maybe you can write a row number again, or you can just take maximum salary, because maximum salary will be the latest salary, right? Because it is always increasing. If in your question it is possible that salary is decreasing, then you cannot do max. In that case, you will have to create a row number based on promotion date and take the latest salary. But for now, it is fine. We don't have a negative increment, right? So I can say select. I need ID, comma name, comma initial salary, comma max of current salary, right? As current salary, right? From r dot ct, sorry, from r dot ct, group by id name initial salary, id name initial salary, right? I hope this should work. Let's see. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks fine. Looks absolutely fine. Let's try to evaluate it. Perfect. So this is working fine. Now, if you look at the solution, right? In solution, I have used exponential and logarithm, right? So you can just explore this, how this works. Otherwise, let me know in the comment section if you want me to cover this part, how these things works in SQL, right? Exponential and log functions. I can cover in separate video, but for now we solved it using recursive CT. Great, thank you. Have a good day.